9th deadline. More on these stories at townhall.com.
You are 65 or older, you know this. Watching your hard-earned dollars fly out the window on healthcare costs is frustrating. Well, here's something that can really help, and it's worth taking a minute to look into. MediShare 65 Plus. MediShare is a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, and it really is a community, too. People encourage and pray for each other. Well, MediShare 65 Plus is a low-cost option for those with Medicare Parts A and B, and it fills in the gaps where Medicare stops. It's a great way to fight inflation, too. You can lock in one low monthly price for up to 10 years. And it's easy. You can use any Medicare-approved doctor or get 24/7 telehealth access from the comfort of your home. Very worth looking into during Medicare open enrollment, which ends December 7th. If you join right now, your second month share will be free. So don't miss this chance. Call 855-90-PSALM. That's 855-90-PSALM. 855-90-PSALM.
Correspondent Bernie Bennett reports that the Senate is set to vote on a bill protecting both same-sex and interracial marriage.
The bill as it currently stands would officially repeal the Defense of Marriage Act and require state recognition of all legal same-sex marriages and interracial marriages, but would not codify the Supreme Court's 2015 ruling that legalized same-sex unions nationwide. Heritage Foundation fellow Roger Savino disagrees.
The Senate is currently considering a bill that would paint a target on the backs of people of faith who believe that marriage is a union between one man and one woman.
In a video released by the Heritage Foundation, Savino explains how Democrats are using the Supreme Court ruling to extend protections beyond what the law stands for. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Congressman Donald McEachin of Virginia has died after a battle with colorectal cancer. The 61-year-old Democrat was reelected to a fourth term earlier this month. He represented Virginia's 4th congressional district. News and analysis at townhall.com. NASA says things are going smoothly for the Orion spacecraft as it orbits the moon. Mike Serafin is the Artemis 1 mission manager.
We are looking at adding additional objectives, and the halfway point in this mission allows us and affords us an opportunity to step back and look at what our margins are and where we could be a little smarter to buy down risk and understand the spacecraft's performance for crewed flight on the very next missions.
Orion has 3 test dummies on board. It's a test run before humans are scheduled to take a similar flight in 2024. Over the weekend, the spacecraft reached the farthest distance from Earth, more than 268,000 miles away. It surpassed the record set in 1970 by the crew on Apollo 13. Orion is scheduled to return to Earth December 11th with a splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Is it a happy Tuesday?
Yeah. You know what? Now I got all the crud out of me this morning. I feel a little better, but yeah. Yeah, it's just once you get up and going, it's just getting all the stuff that accumulates.
I got up. I just haven't got Adam.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah, Adam is the hard part.
That's
today,
right.
So, but happy Tuesday.
It's my doggone middle name, and I can't get it. That's how you know people in my family are serious. Like when they, Sean Adam.
Adam.
Yep.
I think you should change your middle name to ATEM.
Adam.
Yeah.
Adam. A lot of apostrophes in that middle name of yours there.
That's
Sean.
right. Yep. Is M even a real word?
What was it?
M-E-M.
It was the Sugar Smacks mascot is called Diggum.
Diggum, yeah, the frog.
Yeah. Somebody said your name's not right. Your name should be Dig Them.
Dig Them.
Yeah.
Well, yes, using proper English.
That's right.
Get them.
Well, since proper English has become a hot button issue over the past 48 hours or so.
Everyone begats this and begats
Listen,
that. That's all I know.
we just read the scripts that are presented to us.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you're having a good day.
Yes.
We do have a full slate for you today. We're going to be talking football, and we're going to be talking entertainment, and we're also going to be talking history all today. So, but actually, Coach Joe Fortner, former, well, he was the head dude of the football team. I think he's just kind of a trophy husband now. Well, his wife is running the show at the volleyball team.
They just cart him out. Right.
No, but we're going to talk about the Wool Ball with Coach Fortner here.
You need a pretty face, pretty good Fortner.
Because I was like, is he AD? I was like, I don't know. I don't think he has an official title. He's just there being coach.
Dude, that's the move, man. That's the goal. You strive for trophy husband status.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Doggone right. I just want to be somebody's arm candy.
That's right.
Come on, ladies. Winning smile.
And personality most
That's right.
of the time. But we're going to talk roll ball with Coach Fortner here in just a few. Next hour, we're going to have Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico and Mark Bleth with Hacienda Amor joining us. And we'll chit-chat with them.
House.
Matter of fact. Oh, good. Just confirming my 8 o'clock. They're calling and said, we'll see you at 8. All right. And then, so we'll talk about that and talk about Hacienda More, the bed and breakfast. Bread and breakfast.
I'm down. I'm so down. You're not going to sleep here. We're going to give you bread now, and then you'll get breakfast.
Yes, bread and breakfast. I'm going to start a new trend.
It's like the best Texas Roadhouse combo ever. You get that soft bread, breakfast coke.
Killing you with carbs, baby. And then
carbs on carbs.
And then in the 9 o'clock hour, Lori Schatz with the Kiwanis Club of Roswell will join us talking about their big show coming up December 3rd at the Anderson Museum. Got a few days left to get tickets for that, so we'll talk about that with her in the 9 o'clock hour. Plus, we'll have all of your normal features that include the news of the local and national variety, your Wall Street Town Hall business updates, along with all the other little features we do. So that's what we got going on.
We'll hit you with it.
Yeah. Like we said, don't forget, we have 2 days of football here, Friday and Saturday. Of course, we got the Wool Bowl Friday night. We'll have that for you here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. I believe video coverage, all that too. And we love for you to go to the game. We'll tell you about getting tickets and all that here in just a little bit. And then Saturday is the Red-Green game, the high school all-star football game. That'll be on our sister station, 990 AM KSVP and KSVPTV.com. That game will take place in the Bulldog Bowl in Artesia Saturday. And they did selection over the weekend for all the all-stars for that. So Southeast New Mexico hosting the all-star game. So we'll have that for you on La Radio, too.
It'll be a busy weekend.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on. All right, it is 11 minutes after 7. I guess we ought to go ahead and get her started. Let's go take a look at your weather forecast.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. The wind will be kicking up to about 35 miles per hour today ahead of a cold front that's on the way from the central Rockies. We will have sunshine, though. Our afternoon high pretty mild in the upper 60s. Our cold front comes through overnight, dropping us into the mid-20s with clear skies, and then a lot cooler on Wednesday. Sunny and breezy our afternoon high Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 39 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 65%. Winds currently out of the southwest at 9 miles per hour. Warm one today and windy, hence the wind advisory that will be issued here beginning at 8 o'clock this morning and remain in effect through 6 p.m. this evening. Sunny today, 68 for a high, so it's going to be warm, but going to be windy. Winds out of the south this morning, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Later today, shifting to the west and increasing 20 to 30, gusting as high as 45 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear with an overnight low of 27 degrees. Winds out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high of 50. Winds will be out of the northeast, 5 to 15 miles per hour. With those winds, bringing in coolers. We're going to go from near 70 to down to 50 in the 24-hour period. But it does warm back up later in the week. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 30. Thursday, sunny, highs back near 60 with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Friday, we're going to just be beautiful. I think you might even consider wearing shorts out and about, maybe to the football game on Friday. Mostly sunny, 74 for a high on Friday. Cloudy with an overnight low of 45 Friday night, so maybe change your shorts to sweatpants. And then looking at Saturday, we do have a 40% chance of rain, mostly cloudy, high of 60. 40% chance of rain Saturday night as well, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 46. And then sunny on Sunday. Not sunny, mostly cloudy on Sunday. Highs, though, back up in the upper 60s, 67. And then we'll be windy and breezy when you head back to work on Monday. All right, it is 7:13. We're going to take just a hair under 3-minute commercial break here. We'll get you your Roswell Livestock Report recap with Smiley Wooten, quick commercial break. And then we'll have Coach Joe Fortner with the New Mexico Military Institute on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning. This is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 816 head of cattle sold on Monday on an uneven market with excellent buyer tenants. Compared to last week, stocker steers sold 5 to 10 lower. Heifer mates 1 to 5 higher. Feeder steers sold steady. Heifers 3 to 6 higher. Packer cows sold $2 lower. Packer bulls sold $2 higher. 3 to 400 pound steers $227, $230. 3 to 400 pound heifers $187, $195. 4 to 500 pound steers $198, $227. 4 to 500 pound heifers $174, $187. 5 to 600 pound steers $186, $198. 5 to 600 pound heifers $167, $174. 6 700 pound steers $170, $186. 6 700 pound heifers $161, $167. 7 800 pound steers $155, $170. 7 800 pound heifers $145, $161. Packer cows 68 to 76 and a half. Canner and cutter cows 60 to 65. Packer bulls 85 to 92.50. Feeder bulls 75 to 80. Cow calf pairs not tested this week. Top half the bred cows $1,000 to $1,375 per head. We are expecting a better run of cattle for next week. Until then, this is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
If a sports injury is keeping you from the physical activities you love, the sports medicine team at Artesia General Hospital can help. Their orthopedic specialists and physical therapists work closely with you throughout diagnosis and treatment. No matter the injury, from ACL injuries, golfers and tennis elbow to foot and ankle pain, they'll get you back in the game. Appointments are available in Artesia or Carlsbad. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/sports.
Hi, my name is Claude Childs, Service Director here at Roswell Ford. We understand that when your vehicle needs service, you have a lot of options, and sometimes it's hard to know who to trust. That's where I come in. My mission and the mission for the service department here at Roswell Ford is the best customer service experience and ensuring your absolute satisfaction. We have a brand new service team of master certified technicians to ensure that things are done right. Our goal is to make sure that every customer drives away with a smile on their face. And if you have diesel engines or a fleet of vehicles, our team is one of the premier service departments in the region for diesel and fleet repairs. To show you the Roswell Ford Service Department difference, we invite you in for a free diagnostic report on any Ford vehicle, regardless of year or model. We are ready to set a precedent and to show you what quality service looks like. So come see us At the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 16 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the New Mexico Military Institute, I just got to say Coach Joe Fortner, because that's the only, coach is like president. Once you're there, you just get called that the rest of your life, whether you're a coach or not. So,
hey.
Coach Joe Fortner joining us here this morning from NMI. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm great, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, anytime. Love talking to you and love getting you on. So to clear things up, because I joked earlier, I was like, I think his job officially is trophy wife now, because for those that don't know, his lovely wife has been leading the volleyball team to some pretty great seasons over the years here. So when we had at one point you had Coach here on the football field, his wife taking things down in the armory there. So
yeah.
Now you get to. You do other things, but you get to spend more time rooting on your wife now and cheering for the volleyball team.
For sure. Yeah, I got to go to nationals twice. She actually, you guys were joking. I was sitting out there laughing because she got me a coffee mug that says trophy husband on it.
Did she?
Yeah, she did.
So I hit close to home on that one.
Right.
That's pretty good. But we got, of course, we got a bowl game this Friday here. The New Mexico Military Institute Broncos are going to be hosting, I guess you can kind of say. I mean, technically they're invited, but kind of hosting the Wool Bowl here, and they're going to be taking on Lackawanna College. They're out of Pennsylvania, I believe.
Right.
And it's going to be a fun game here Friday. So what the big thing we want to do is we'd love to invite everyone to come on out to the Wool Bowl, and let's fill the stadium with hopefully a bunch of Broncos fans, but just football fans, really. Just come out and see the game.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope we get a huge crowd. I mean, we've got two teams. We couldn't have more evenly matched teams in this thing. We've got number 9 team in the nation and in NMMI, and then the number 11 team in Lackawanna coming down from Scranton, Pennsylvania. So I think it's going to be a good game. The atmosphere is going to be great. We've got a lot of special things going on to make it more than just a regular season game.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I know there's a lot. Basically, for folks that don't know, we're kind of being Roswell. The community has been serving as an ambassador for this thing, and I know a lot of entities around town have been putting together things and events to kind of welcome the football. Well, obviously, a lot of the NMMI players, they're pretty familiar. They live here for even though a lot of them aren't from here, they do live here. But all the players and staff and everything from Lackawanna, we come and give a nice welcome and show them some New Mexico Roswell hospitality here. So a lot of folks have been really good about doing that kind of stuff. And when do they all get into town, or are they in town already, or are they be coming in today or tomorrow? Or
they
something?
get in Wednesday. So, yeah,
so
Lackawanna's coming in Wednesday, and they've got a practice on Thursday. We've got a banquet on Thursday, and then Friday we're going.
Good deal.
Yeah.
How does it work on the coaching side? Do y'all? I mean, is it? I know, like in high school with film exchange, is college pretty much the same way, or do y'all go to neutral sites to get all that kind of stuff?
No, it's the same. I mean, they agree on, hey, do you want to trade 3 games? Do you want to trade every game? Okay. And whatever they agree on, they do. Now, back when I first started coaching, we would have to drive. We would put our VHS tapes in the car and drive and meet halfway with somebody else on a Sunday morning and exchange. But now it's just they just click a button and exchange.
Good. Well, thank goodness, because somewhere between here, halfway between here and Pennsylvania, what is that,
like Nebraska?
Yeah, that's a road trip there. Here. So, just curious, what's in JUCO is football styles different East Coast with I mean, like when you face, because you guys don't really face off against a lot of teams from that part of the country here. Most of the teams you face are Southwest, region of the country here. So I imagine it's pretty cool to face schools from different parts of the country, but is it different game in the East versus what they do out here?
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, it really depends on it's really regional.
Okay.
Because like if you go down to Florida, especially you see it in the high schools a lot, you can't just go down there and throw the ball 1,000 times because it rains so much, and you might have sloppy games and playing in the rain, and it just doesn't work.
You need a run game to win.
Do.
Yeah,
you do, and similar in Mississippi. So it's kind of regional, but I don't know. We haven't played a team from that region, the Northeast region, in a long time. I think the last time we played a Northeast team was when we played Nassau in the Empire State Bowl in 90-something.
Okay. Well, I would, growing up in Maryland, I'm pretty familiar with Scranton, Pennsylvania, and it's an industrial town. They got a lot of, industry work and things like. It's kind of a working class kind of town. Pretty. I would say Scranton's probably about the size of Las Cruces or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, given population-wise. It's been a few years since I've been there. But, there's a lot of similarities as kind of that blue-collar type mentality, same kind of deal here. So I imagine they probably have that same mindset as a college and as a team, too. So, and we'll
I know
see.
their coach does. He's been there a long time, and he's a Hall of Fame coach. I think he just got his 200th win.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
So we're facing a club here. This is Yeah. I mean, we look at we're thinking Lackawanna. I've never heard of them, but they're going to bring their A game, and we're going to see a competitive match here. And like you said, it's a 9 versus 11, which anytime you look at playoff brackets, and even like high school, doesn't matter what level, but it's not those 1 versus 12 matchups that you look at. It's those 7 versus 8,
right?
And those right there. And this is kind of one of those where it's like, at the end of the day, this game is going to lead down who's going to make the one extra play, or who's going to make the less mistakes, or who's going to capitalize on the turnovers. Whoever does those things are going to win the football game on Friday.
Right.
So.
And it turned out that this was only one of 3 bowl games in the nation. So, to get 2 teams that are highly ranked like that, I'm excited. I think this is Lackawanna's 14th bowl game. So they're, they're a perennial powerhouse.
So this is kind of old hat for them. They're used to going to bowl games and
right.
things.
And
of course, in MMI, the Broncos do have a target on their back. They are the defending, national champions. So that does come with a slight target on their back. So I imagine they're pretty hyped up. Lackawanna is just as hyped up to play this game as NMMI will be on Friday here.
Yeah,
so.
I know Coach Kurt, he actually in the offseason shirts had targets on all of their backs.
He actually had some made
that was on the shirt.
Else but I was talking about a little bit about this year's team, yes, they're not going to the national championship this year, but it's a pretty good ball club, and they've had a great season, and obviously going to the bowl game here, so that's proof in the pudding there. But how close is this team from last year's team? Is it, as far as what they do and how they do it, is it pretty close, or is it a little bit different?
It's tough to replace a team like that.
Sure.
I mean, I knew that was going to be our best team ever.
There was a special just chemistry there that just, you can kind of see it when you see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's 22 starters are gone, or 20 starters from that team were gone after the national championship game, going into this year. And so you had good players across the board in support roles, but then you had the really, really high-level players, who, like, we had the National Player of the Year. We had a D1 quarterback who's starting just down the road. He was the college D1 National Player of the Week last week, Diego Pavia.
Yeah. And that's the real proof in the pudding there, is now you see next year where all these kids that were, on that championship team, now they're in Division I schools, they're doing, they're some of them will be household names maybe in a few years here,
Yeah.
And that's I imagine that's, as a coach, that's a cool feeling.
No, it's awesome. But it's hard to compare any team to that team, because not only was that team very, very special, but they also didn't have any injuries. The stars kind of
luck was on their side.
Yeah, and that's what it takes, though. I mean, that's not a knock. That's a special team, and the stars aligned for them, and look what happened. That's not the measuring stick, I don't think. I mean, obviously that's the goal, is to win the national championship every year, but that doesn't mean that falling short of that is a failure.
Well, and that's just it. It's and you look at between yourself and what Coach Kurt have done with this team over the years. You've turned this team into a perennial good team. Every year, whether they go to a championship or they go to a bowl game or don't go to a bowl game, whoever is going to line up against the Broncos, they know they're going to have their hands full every single Saturday. And to me, that's the mark of a good team right there. When all right, we got a game whenever we play this team, I think it's safe to say you've never seen a Bronco football team that wasn't prepared, ready to play football.
Well, I appreciate that. Coach Kurt's done a heck of a job. He's done a heck of a job.
Yeah. So, well, and of course, you talk to him and he credits you because you're kind of his mentor and things like that. So
we can just pass it back and forth. But he's playing in the bowl game. I'm just running the bowl game.
Sure.
So,
well, it's one of those things that it takes everybody in the building to do their part and everything else. Coach Kurt wouldn't be where you're at, where he's at without your help, and likewise, where you're doing today and what you've gone to players like him when you were coaching.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it. Everyone needs that to have success. We all need each other to do that, and that's the team mentality,
right?
So looking at the game, talk about a little about logistics here. So the game will take place 6 p.m. this Friday at the Wool Bowl. For people to get tickets, what's probably the easiest, best way to get tickets for this?
There's a couple different ways. Woolbowl.net.
Okay.
You can buy tickets online. You can also buy them at the gate. So.
Okay. That won't be a problem. I know sometimes with high school, they're like, we got to get the app and download this and do all this.
No, I know that they've kind of moved to that high school wise. We can do either way. So you can buy them online ahead of time, or you can pay at the gate. It's $5 for adults. It's free for kids 14 and under. So yeah, we try to make it affordable. I want a big crowd.
Yeah, I'll say how many bowl games can you go to for $5?
One.
Yeah, you're looking at the Wool Bowl, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be, there's a lot planned. I think you'll be impressed at all just the cool stuff that's going to be happening. And by the way, there's a football game.
Right. We want it to be an event, not just some run of the mill things. So.
Yeah, can we tease a little bit of some of the stuff we're doing, or we want to keep it all under the hat?
No, it's not. It's definitely not a secret.
All right, talk a little bit about some of the stuff we got going on.
Okay, so we're having 11 food trucks right now are going to be set up just right next to the Wool Bowl in the Wool Bowl parking lot.
Good deal.
They're going to be set up there.
So game kickoff's at 6. You want to be there 5 for some tailgating, or 4:30 at least to get there and get some eating and tailgating.
Right. So they're going to set up, I think, by 4.
Okay.
And then they'll be open. And then we have a military flyover. It was supposed to be right before the game, but we changed some things around, and there was some stuff with the Pentagon. So the flyover is going to be at 5.
Okay.
So they're actually going to fly over pregame and the tailgate. So that's going to be super cool.
Good deal. So you get you a good spot to sit down and watch the flyover after you get your food or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to miss it. It's going to fly right over your head.
You're going to hear it for sure.
Yeah. And then we've got like a 30-yard long flag that's going to be out on the field. Lindsay Weathers from Goddard is singing the national anthem. We've got fireworks before the game.
Oh, nice.
When teams get announced, we've got a helicopter delivering the game ball, landing on the 50-yard line, or right above the 50-yard line.
This is like a wrestling,
Charlie's Angels are performing at halftime.
Entrance music, the whole nine.
All of it, yeah. Legacy Dance Academy is performing at halftime. We've got a competition to win a $50,000 truck at halftime, and every paid admission gets an entry into that
nice.
competition to win that truck.
Good deal. So there's another reason if you needed a reason to come out to the game other than come and see a cool football game.
Yeah,
might come out of there winning a brand new truck. So.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Good deal. So so there's so much going on. So come hungry and come ready to enjoy just all the festivities. Come see the all the pageantry and all the fun that's part of it. The cool thing about it too is when these teams are in town and stuff. I'm sure there's maybe some opportunities where maybe you get to meet some of the kids and talk to them and get a chance to show them a little New Mexico hospitality and things like that. So because these kids are going to be. I imagine some of them never been to New Mexico before and don't know any of our, So they're going to be getting goodie bags with a lot of green, red and green stuff and all that. Be the ambassadors. That's the kind of thing we're always really good as a community about that when we have folks coming in. And so hopefully there's some opportunity for that too, where we get to meet some of the players as they're visiting town over the next. I know they're going to be practicing doing bowl stuff, but hopefully they get a little time, do a little sightseeing and exploring, and we just be good ambassadors, and
Well, the Chamber of Commerce got together with all the local businesses. They put together gift bags for those guys that are New Mexico gift bags.
Themed stuff.
And they did an awesome job. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, and I know because I happen to have a finger in that one too. We were talking. I was like, the more food things you put in there, these are these are college football players. I was like, there's not enough food you can't put in that thing for these that they won't love it. So,
way the hardest through the stomach of a football player.
Yeah, I imagine one of the biggest expenses for traveling a football team is food.
Yes, yeah, buffet, Golden Corral.
That's
one
right.
of the sponsors. They're going. So.
What's been the kind of the mindset of the team this week in practice? I mean, I know you don't get to see all the practice and stuff, but I'm sure you're, checking in on Coach Kurt and seeing kind of how things are going. What's kind of been the mindset and stuff of practice and getting ready for this bowl game?
I don't, the timeline for these is always kind of weird because, well, Nimmy just had finals last week. And
so they're kind of focusing on studies a little bit more than football at the moment.
And then all of a sudden finals are done and there's Thanksgiving break. And then as a coach, you're trying to scramble and get everybody back from Thanksgiving break because you want to practice. You don't want to go to a bowl and get your teeth kicked in.
Get the rust off and get all that turkey out of their system.
Yeah. So I know that they were doing, some stuff to just kind of be active more than anything and do some practices and things like that.
Sure.
And I think they have the game plan in.
Does a bowl game, like the mindset as a team, I mean, you coached a few of these yourself, and is it, like you look at playoffs, and, that's that next level, so you got a championship feel, and bowl games can have that flavor too, but also can have a flavor like an all-star or game or something where it's more of a scenic vacation experience for some of the players. How do you juggle that during bowl games NMMI doesn't have it because it's a home game for them. But when you're on the road like that, how do you juggle, all right, we got a football game, but at the same time, yes, this is an experience we want you to absorb and see and feel and be a part of. How do you balance that as a coach, especially, when you're going to travel for a bowl game like this?
Yeah, I think it's going to be similar for the Broncos even here, just because it's a game that has more exposure than most games.
Sure.
So you want them to enjoy it and you want them to soak in the experience. But, sometimes what happens is that the guys get too excited and they go out there and they're too hyped up and they try to make every play and they just end up playing, like their hair's on fire. And so there's kind of a balance of, hey, this is a big game, but, it's a game. You guys belong here. You deserve to be here. So just relax. It's kind of, they're going to be more excited than normal just because of the magnitude of the game. It's the only junior college game on Friday. It's number 9 versus number 11. There's not very many teams left playing. So, all eyes are going to be on them.
Sure. Everyone in the JUCO world is going to be, watching this game.
Right.
If they're not at the Wool Bowl, I'm sure they'll be online tuning in, to watch it as well, too.
Including recruiters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure they're thinking, all right, we're looking to fill up next year's roster here.
Yeah.
Who the Broncos and Lackawanna got that I want to put on my roster here.
Yeah.
So,
do you remember LeVar Arrington?
I do slightly
His son
remember.
plays for Lackawanna.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's a Penn State guy, and that's where he came from. And you probably noticed my things back there.
I saw it.
Actually, he lived in my hometown.
Is that right?
In Waldorf, Maryland, where I kind of grew up, went to high school and all that. He lived not in Waldorf, but nearby. And there was a rib place that was pretty popular, and every once in a while you pop in, there's LeVar Arrington eating ribs. He
was a good player.
Yeah, he was great. And matter of fact, he went into radio after that for a little while, and then he worked for NFL Network for a little bit, and I don't know what he's doing now. But I think he might be back in the Penn State area. But
okay.
Anyway, well, if it's his son going to Lackawanna, maybe he's in nearby there. So
yeah,
good deal. Is he a linebacker by chance?
Yeah, he's I think he's a linebacker / safety type of kid.
Okay, so not too far from the tree there as far as the branches go. Pretty cool. Well, has he got his dad's skill set?
I was talking to some of the Bronco coaches the other day, and they said he was pretty good.
Okay, well, I hope he has a bad game. No, great career, bad game on Friday. Sorry, LeVar. I hear you. Very cool. But we would love to see, come fill the Wool Bowl, come out and enjoy a great college football game here. The best of the best, some of the best junior college football in the country is going to be happening right up the street here on Friday.
Yep.
Come and enjoy it. Get your tickets. Get them online. Go ahead and go to woolbowl.net and get your tickets. If you space out on that, or you're like, I don't know, my Friday's kind of busy, I'm not sure yet, and then you find out it's cleared up, great. Get your tickets at the gate here. But, if you want to save yourself a little bit of headache, go ahead and get them in advance here. That way you can go. And then make sure you're here at like 4:30, 4 o'clock, somewhere around there, for all the tailgating, for all the partying, for the flyovers, for all the festivities. And then get you a good spot a little bit before 6 for kickoff at the Wool Bowl here. We will have the game on the radio and video KSVP TV, but that's more for your out-of-town friends and folks that can't get out to the Wool Bowl here on Friday. So we'd love to pack that place and get as many. That's for we're doing the video for all those scouts and coaches out
that's
there,
right.
so they can pick up some of these guys, But for the rest of us, we want to get you out in the Wool Bowl here. So
yes, sir. Yeah,
good deal. So what's kind of like for you personally? I know you've been planning and doing all the behind the scenes work here, so you're probably most happy when it's over and it's all done and successful. But is there a certain part you're most excited about? I mean, is it the actual game, or is it some aspects that you're kind of like, oh, this is going to be neat, I can't wait for this?
My wife was asking me that the other day. I'm pretty fired up about the fireworks. Pretty fired up about the flyover.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Do we know what base they're coming from?
I think they're coming out of Portales. It's the Army National Guard.
From Clovis. Okay.
Yeah.
That area. So they're probably coming from Cannon.
Yeah.
That ballpark region there, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's coordinated through the Army National Guard. So I'm pretty I've been to games with flyovers, never in a junior college game, and I love them.
So do they fly 16s?
I think they're flying UH-60s.
Okay. Oh, helicopters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's no jets.
Oh, okay, sweet. Yo, those are pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Good news is you might actually see the flyover. Yeah. The helicopters are, the jets are like, phew, and you're like, they should have flyover. They did?
Yeah, if you're not looking. My buddy, the game we went to, a Chargers game, I think, and he goes, you better look up, because if you don't look up, you'll miss it.
Yeah.
And sure enough, those things are so fast.
Oh, yeah, they zip right through there. So, cool. That'll be cool. But, yeah, come on out, have some fun, and bring the whole family. Tickets are only $5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's you can't even go to a movie for that cheap.
Yeah, we wanted to make it affordable so we can pack the house. I mean, really, this is part of Roswell's history, this game.
Well, the Wool Bowl, it's a very historic stadium in and of itself and everything there.
Yeah,
so
it used to be the longest-running bowl game in junior college.
Really?
Yeah, it ran from
1966
to 81. It was the Thanksgiving Day kind of thing around here.
Okay.
And so...
Was NIMI the host for it all the time? I mean, they always didn't play in it every time, but were they kind of the host school for it? Or
they played in it out of the 16 years that it ran. I think they probably played in it, just guessing off the top of my head. I have all of it, but I think probably 8, 9, 10 times,
okay.
9 times maybe.
Good deal.
Something like that. So not always, but... And it was huge. It was the
sometimes
biggest.
They go to bigger bowls.
Well, it used to be partnered with a coaching clinic, and like Bum Phillips and all those guys would come here and do all that. So it was a big deal.
So yeah, it was really probably as much for coaching and football and the game as it was the fans. Kind of the lineage of the football history and stuff. So cool. So is the plan to do this historically every year again? Bring back the Wool Bowl, or is it trying to reestablish it? I guess you could say.
Yeah, we want to bring it here and keep it here.
Good deal. Mm-hmm. How was it originally started? Do you know off the top of your head, or was it?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
I didn't know if it was like some wool growers thing or NMMI was kind of.
That's who sponsored it. Originally, and then it kind of I think it went away when New Mexico military dropped football there for a little bit.
Okay,
so it's been gone for 41 years. The bowl game has. But I get people around town say, I remember the Wool Bowl when I was a kid. We used to go there every year, and now here it is again.
Well, good. Well, hopefully now we got new generations that'll be, I remember, and so it's the first of many. So we'll call it rehash the tradition here and bring out the Wool Bowl and come and then, of course, come out and enjoy the football part, too. We keep talking about the flyovers and everything. It's going to be a good football game. These are two very good teams, and you're going to see an excellent football game. And we can come on and root the Broncos. Of course, there might be some Pennsylvania natives around here that might want to come and root for Lack. They might be like, I grew up in Scranton. I want to root for. Okay, come on down.
It's good football, though. For anyone who hasn't been and watched a high-level junior college football game, it is good football.
Oh, it's great. So it is so exciting. I love going and watching Bronco games. It's just now obviously the rules are slightly different in high school. So if you're this is college rules, so you think of Saturdays, not Friday nights. So some of the rules that they use in high school football don't apply here and things, and vice versa too. So.
It's the only New Mexico team in a bowl game, though.
That's true. That's true. I didn't think about that till you said it. So And even with New Mexico State doing pretty good this year, it was for New Mexico State. I wasn't trying to make that, you know what I'm saying? Just, they're not teams that frequently win, and you're like, hey, they won some games this year. That's good for them. So
I don't know if they got invited. I think they went 5-6.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But they had a pretty good year for New Mexico State.
Yeah.
So, I know that's a different level, but like would there ever be a scenario where a team like Nimi would play a team like that in a scrimmage game or something like that? I mean, they're Division I versus Division II. It's a whole different class there. But I didn't know with just it's like, oh, summer camp. Yeah, let's put some Broncos against some Aggies here and see what happens.
They've got about 8 former Broncos on that team, though.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's what you're a farm system for them, really. I think them and obviously the closer the schools, the more scouts they send to look at you. So
sometimes it's not always the case. Some schools we don't get anybody get down here looking at our guys, but
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Their loss.
Yeah,
you're gonna lack good players from this team. That's all there is to it. But again, this Friday, 6 p.m. kickoff, December 2nd, is the Wool Bowl. The re-brought back, the rehashed or rebirthed Wool Bowl. It's going to be this Friday night. The number 9 NMMI Broncos will take on the number 11 Lackawanna Falcons from Scranton, Pennsylvania. It's a close matchup. Two pretty, you look at them on paper, they line up pretty evenly here. So it's going to be good football. Just from tape and stuff that I know Coach Kurt's been watching that more than you have here, but do you think they're going to ground and pound on you a little bit, or do you think they're going to try to air it out? Or
I don't know. I haven't watched a whole lot of tape. I know that they changed a little bit in the last couple weeks, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they think they match up.
Sure. Well, and let's face it, good football teams do a little bit of everything. It's like there's got if teams that are really successful. They got it. They kind of have to play. I always play to your. And as a coach, you look at this and you play to your talents of your team and things. But at the same token, if you need to slow down the clock or something, you got to have a running game to do that. And if you want to pick up the pace because you got to play from behind, you're going to need an air attack here. So if you rely heavy on one or the other, sure that might get you some success. But when you get in trouble, it's hard to bail out of those scenarios when you're a one-trick pony.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So it'll be a great game. I would recommend getting to the Wool Bowl probably about 4:00 on Friday. That way you can come hungry and enjoy the food trucks. Don't miss the flyover at 5 p.m. And of course, come and meet people and talk and hang out and. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a few Lackawanna faithful that came all the way out from Pennsylvania, setting up a little grill and hanging out there. That'd be really cool. That'd be cool if they brought a bus of people out here.
I think it would be cool.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll see.
We'll get them a nice spot out in there, a good section for them to cheer for their team and, and do all that. And so they're going to have is the NMMI band and everything going to be part of the
No.
Okay, no. Just football people.
They're all gone.
Are they all
the cadets are gone.
Oh, that's right. I guess when do they come back from holidays?
Not till January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is we stopped. We gave all the finals right before Thanksgiving this year.
This is a big break for them.
Big break.
I didn't realize you guys was that a new thing or you always do it that way?
Yeah, we did it during COVID.
Okay.
So people didn't have to travel and then come back.
Sure.
And then that was always kind of an issue. We have so many kids from so far away, international, across the country. True. So they would travel home for Thanksgiving, then have to come back for, 2 weeks, and then go right back again.
That makes sense, yeah. Because, so really much the football team's on campus right now, and that's about it. But, if you ever look at, just look at the Bronco roster, and that'll give you kind of a small sample of that. If you look at the players, there's a few from New Mexico, but there's a lot of different states, different countries that are on that roster here.
Yeah.
And that's really cool because I imagine makes a fun challenge for you as coaches and things. But it also creates some logistics when it's time for getting everybody home again and things like that.
Yeah.
So, well, good deal. But again, this Friday, get your tickets, woolbowl.net. Tickets are only $5 a piece. You can also get tickets at the gate on Friday. But do yourself a favor and just get them in advance here. That way you can guarantee you get them, and then you don't have to worry about it later on. So, and then come on out and enjoy football. Come out, some fun. Bring And the good news is, I think weather-wise, Friday's going to be pretty warm. It's going to be in the 70s and should be a good evening for some football. I think people will be quite comfortable sitting out in the Wool Bowl. The weather shouldn't be a problem.
Hope.
Yes. Good deal. Coach, is there anything we wanted to mention or anything we wanted to share or we just skipped or didn't get a chance to talk about?
I think you covered it all. You're a pro.
I'm
got it all.
I'm a pro because someone dumb enough to pay me.
Hey, that's what it is.
That's right. Well, Coach, can't wait for Friday. Tell Coach Kurt and the team we're rooting on them and good luck to them, and we're hoping for a home Wool Bowl victory here on Friday.
I'll definitely tell them.
Good deal. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Don't go stomp out 37 other fires here that you got.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, just can't be a trophy husband this week. He's got work to do. Just can't sit look pretty.
I hope my wife's listening.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It is 7:47. Let's pause for news and a quick commercial break. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Roswell Museum, in partnership with the Pecos Valley Potters Guild, are inviting everyone to step into a world of creative wonder this holiday season at the second annual Holiday Artisan Market, held at the Roswell Museum. The opportunity to shop for distinctive, one-of-a-kind gifts will run from December 3rd to 31st, with an opening night party this Friday from 5 to 9. Sale proceeds are split between the artist and the RMAC Foundation, which helps sustain the regional arts community as well as museum projects and programs. About 80 graduates are expected to participate in Eastern New Mexico University Roswell's 78th commencement convocation on Thursday, December 8th, in the ENMU Roswell Performing Arts Center. 2 ceremonies will be held. The 5:30 p.m. ceremony will recognize graduation candidates in the Arts and Sciences education programs and the Heating, Ventilation, Air Conditioning Technology program, in addition to bachelor's and master's degree candidates from ENMU in Portales. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
This is the week that Elon Musk promised, after an overwhelming vote of Twitter users, to restore many banned Twitter accounts for as long as their owners didn't break the law. The results from the far left were predictable. As Musk said, it's shocking how many journalists attack free speech and somehow think they're the good guys. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. Ready for a laugh? An MSNBC reporter, Ben Collins, urged viewers not to use Twitter. In his words, I have to go there, but you don't have to go there. Thanks, Ben, for your sacrifice. Without a shred of evidence, The Atlantic, a far-left magazine, wrote, Musk is repackaging hate speech, racism, anti-Semitism, and homophobia. In short, as these journalists melt down, they're saying that Elon Musk is threatening free speech on Twitter by allowing people to speak freely. How ridiculous. For more tech smarts, get my daily podcast called Kim Commando Today. Home should be where you and your family feel safest, especially over the holidays. This season, give yourself and your family the gift of peace and protection with the #1 rated home security system, SimpliSafe. Right now, SimpliSafe is offering 40% off a new security system. In an emergency, 24/7 professional monitoring agents use Fast Protect technology to capture critical evidence and verify the threat is real, so you can get priority police response. SimpliSafe is whole home security with advanced sensors for every room, window, and door. 24/7 professional monitoring service costs under $1 a day, less than half the price of ADT. With the top-rated SimpliSafe app, stay in complete control of your system, anytime, anywhere. Arm or disarm, unlock for a guest, or access your cameras. Don't miss your chance for massive savings. Get 40% off any new system at simplysafekim.com today. That's simplysafekim.com. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. The wind will be kicking up to about 35 miles per hour today ahead of a cold front that's on the way from the central Rockies. We will have sunshine, though. Our afternoon high pretty mild in the upper 60s. Our cold front comes through overnight, dropping us into the mid-20s with clear skies, and then a lot cooler on Wednesday. Sunny and breezy, our afternoon high in the upper 40s, sunny and cool Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Basketball. A lot of season openers are going to be happening tonight. That includes the Roswell boys and girls and the Goddard boys. The Roswell boys will be starting their season tonight in Las Cruces at Organ Mountain. The Roswell girls, meanwhile, also going to the same general vicinity. They'll be playing their opener at Santa Teresa. The Goddard boys will be hitting the road as well tonight, playing at Clovis. The Goddard girls, who are 2-0, by the way, will stay at home, and they will take on the Clovis Wildcats. The Loving Falcons will be paying a visit to Dexter in girls basketball. Meanwhile, the Dexter boys will be playing at Loving, and Gateway Christian is at home for a boys-girls doubleheader against Jow. That all starts at 6:30. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. stocks ended sharply lower on Monday after protests in major Chinese cities against strict COVID-19 policies sparked concern about economic growth, while Apple Incorporated slid on worries about a hit to iPhone production. President Biden on Monday called on Congress to pass legislation to intervene and block a railroad strike before next month's deadline, the stalled contract talks. Biden said a tentative agreement approved in September provided a pay raise for workers, health care benefits, and a better leave policy. But talks have since stalled. 4 rail unions are back at the table after rejecting their deals with the railroads, trying to work out a new agreement before the December 9th deadline. Spending on Cyber Monday, the biggest U.S. online shopping day, may hit a record $11.6 billion. That's according to some reports, as people look for discounts, even under the strain of inflation. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Hi, my name is Claude Childs, Service Director here at Roswell Ford. We understand that when your vehicle needs service, you have a lot of options, and sometimes it's hard to know who to trust. That's where I come in. My mission and the mission for the service department here at Roswell Ford is the best customer service experience and ensuring your absolute satisfaction. We have a brand new service team of master certified technicians to ensure that things are done right. Our goal is to make sure that every customer drives away with a smile on their face. And if you have diesel engines or a fleet of vehicles, our team is one of the premier service departments in the region for diesel and fleet repairs. To show you the Roswell Ford Service Department difference, we invite you in for a free diagnostic report on any Ford vehicle, regardless of year or model. We are ready to set a precedent and to show you what quality service looks like. So come see us at the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford.
It's the Cumbia Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, December 3rd, Roswell Convention Center. Dance and enjoy tacos, tequila, margaritas, and beer, along with the Salsa and Queso competition and Chihuahua Beauty Pageant. The music starts at 6 p.m. featuring Marcutanga, Giselle Cruz, Antonio Luis, and Proyecto Cumbion, plus Mickey Cruz at 7:30 p.m. Tickets start at $20 with VIP table for ages $280, including a VIP meet and greet with Mickey Cruz at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at holdmyticket.com. Cumbia Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, December 3rd at the Roswell Convention Center. Sponsored by Dean Baldwin Painting.
Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I know you've heard me say that you can trust Trustmark, but I want you to know what that looks like in real life. A few years ago, we installed a beautiful new roof for an older woman who was recently widowed. She was an artist, and colors were really important to her. So when she said she didn't like the color of a brand new roof, we took that seriously. She had picked the color and signed off on it, but I just kept thinking, if she's going to walk into her house every day and be disappointed, then we're just going to redo it. So we did. We ripped that beautiful new roof off and replaced it with a slightly different color, and she was thrilled. Yes, it cost us quite a bit of money to make her happy, but I want you to know you can trust Trustmark to make it exactly right every time. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Mark your calendars, shoppers. The Yucca Blossom Christmas Jamboree is set for December 10th and 11th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds in Artesia. Over 90 booths featuring all kinds of arts and crafts, candles, jewelry, clothing, keychains, home decor, kitchen and bath accessories, and so much more. Bring the family. There's something for everyone. Santa Claus will be there both days. There's plenty to eat and drink, too, with several food trucks on site. The Yucca Blossom Christmas Jamboree, December 10th and 11th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds, and paid by Eddy County Lodgers Tax.
If you suffer from pogonophobia, you would not want to attend a party with the following people: Kenny Rogers, Santa Claus, Willie Nelson, the cast of Duck Dynasty, and 2/3 of ZZ Top. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:56. Stay tuned next hour. About 8:15 or so, we're going to have Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico and Mark Bleth with Hacienda Amor. Chit-chat with them and talk a little about some things they've got going on and coming up, and talking about, of course, the Historical Society's December 15th drive-through event. And Mark, I think they're doing some stuff as well, too. So we'll talk all about that next hour. Hey, on December the 10th, next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, the Chaves County Joy Center will be doing a Breakfast with Santa Claus fundraising event for the Joy Center. It is their Christmas Breakfast 2022. It'll take place from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. At the Joy Center. Tickets are $10, and your breakfast includes pancakes, sausage, milk, tea, or coffee. Breakfast with Santa Claus and vendors as well, too, so you can do a little Christmas shopping after you eat, or before, or during, or maybe eat a little, shop, and then eat some more. Do you. But that's going to be happening at the Chaves County Joy Center, 1822 North Montana, Saturday, December 10th, 8 to 10 a.m. Tickets are $10. You can swing by the Joy Center and get tickets. Call if you have any questions. The Joy Center's phone number is 575-623-4866. Again, that's 575-623-4866 is the number to call to get more information about the Joy Center breakfast, Christmas breakfast. Again, December the 10th at the Joy Center there. Of course, next hour we'll talk a little bit more about this, but the Historical Society, a few days later on December 15th, will be doing their Drive-Through of Lights event. It's a drive-through only. You'll come through between 5:30 and 6. Come through, pick up special holiday gift bags for the first 50 cars. They'll have hot cocoa, Christmas treats, selfies with Santa, and more. And then you come and see all the Christmas lights and everything. It's a big thank you for all our folks throughout the year here. So we'd love to invite folks to come on out. If you have any questions, stay tuned next hour. We'll have Amy to tell more about it. But you can also call the Historical Society at 575-622-8333. Or shoot email, historydirector@outlook.com. You can get it that way. Or go online to the Historical Society's website, which is www.roswellnmhistory.org. There you go. I just learned I learned something just a few minutes ago. Sitting there, I just got on Facebook, and KRQE had put a thing saying, and in the entertainment section, that actor Clarence Gilliard Jr. has passed away at the age of 66. And if you're thinking, who is this guy? He was in some movies from, big movies that many people know, including Die Hard, Top Gun. If you remember the original Top Gun, he was Sundown, which was Maverick's Rio after Goose died. Sundown. Or no, was he? No, that was Merlin. I'm sorry. Sundown was, he was at the Top Gun school. I'm trying to think. He was a backseat Rio. I don't remember which pilot was his, but Sundown. He was also in Die Hard, the first Die Hard, which, by the way, is not a Christmas movie. Everyone's going to tell you that, but they're wrong. He was...
News this hour from Town Hall Buxton in Washington. Officials in Houston say it's safe to drink the water again. The nation's fourth largest city lifted its water boil notice this morning. Since Sunday, Houston's 2 million people have been ordered to boil their tap water before drinking or using it because of problems at a purification plant. China's communist government is sticking with its controversial zero-COVID strategy, but faces public anger following widespread protests over the weekend. At the White House, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby.
Our message to peaceful protesters around the world is the same and consistent. People should be allowed the right to assemble and to peacefully protest policies or laws or dictates that they take issue with.
House Republicans are promising aggressive oversight of the Biden administration once they assume the majority next year. They are planning to take particular focus on the business dealings of presidential son Hunter Biden, illegal immigration at the U.S.-Mexico border, and the origins of COVID-19. The Senate is set to vote on a bill protecting both same-sex and interracial marriages.
Passing the cloture vote means the bill will face a final vote on Wednesday or Thursday of this week. It's expected to pass. The bill will force states to recognize same-sex marriages performed in other states, even when the couple is moving to a state that prohibits same-sex unions. Earlier this month, negotiators rolled out a bipartisan compromise that includes an amendment supporters say will guarantee protections for religious liberties. Bob Agnew reporting.
Lava is shooting into the air and flowing downhill as Hawaii's Mauna Loa volcano erupts for the first time in nearly 40 years. But for now, it poses no immediate threat. The United States faces Iran in World Cup action today. The American team needs a win to advance to the next round. More on these stories at townhall.com.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
A rail strike is looming, and the negative impact on the economy could be widespread.
President Joe Biden is calling on Congress to pass legislation to intervene and block a railroad strike before next month's deadline. Business groups said even a short-term strike would have a tremendous impact on business and could cause economic pain across the country. 8 other rail unions have ratified their deals that include 24% raises and $5,000 in bonuses. The 4 unions still negotiating say the deals did not resolve workers' concerns about demanding schedules and the lack of paid sick leave, as well as other workplace issues. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
In Mogadishu, Somalia, security forces stormed a hotel where Islamic extremists killed 8 civilians and trapped dozens of people for more than 18 hours. All 6 attackers were killed, and the hostages were freed. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Greg Clugston. NATO's chief has reaffirmed the alliance's commitment to Ukraine before a meeting of NATO foreign ministers in Romania. International correspondent Karen Chamis reports.
Speaking ahead of the meeting, NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg said the possibility for Ukraine to join the bloc was still there.
The NATO store is open.
However, Stoltenberg asserted that Ukraine had more urgent needs.
However, the main focus now is on supporting Ukraine.
Most of all, the war-battered country will need electrical components for its devastated power transmission network ahead of a blistering winter. Stoltenberg accused Russia of deliberately attacking the energy infrastructure at a vital time for Ukraine.
President Putin is trying to use winter as a weapon of war.
I'm Karen Chamas.
I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel wedge station, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
That would be the deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Indeed.
Hope it's going swimmingly well for you.
I started doing a little digging last hour as it's kind of like listening to you talk to Coach Fortune there. It's been 40 years since the Junior College Bowl game has been held at the Wool Bowl.
That's what you're saying, though. The Wool Bowl was a staple, and then it's been missing for 40 years. 16
NJCAA bowl games starting in 66 and running through 1981.
Yeah. So history
pretty significant
is returning back to the Wool Bowl here. So definitely want to get your ticket, get on out there for that event on Friday. So I lost it now.
Oops.
So I was talking about the gentleman that KRQE was passed. I got to go dig up the story again. I accidentally moved it from my phone, so now I got to find that story again. No, there it is. Clarence Gilliard Jr.
Clarence Gilliard Jr.
He was in Walker, Texas Ranger. He was also in Die Hard.
Wait, was he the guy from Walker, Texas Ranger?
No. I think he was just in one of the episodes.
Oh, okay.
He was Sundown in the first Top Gun. He was the guy that was breaking into the vault in Die Hard. The guy that was actually doing the drilling, and they kept asking how much time. And he was like, that's him. He's a gentleman. He passed away.
Wow.
At the age of 66.
Oh, and they already got him on the Wiz Was game. He was actually a professor.
Oh.
It says he was an American University professor, actor, and author. As a performer, he appeared in film and television and stage productions, sometimes credited as Clarence A. Gilliard. Let's see. So yeah, not the guy from not the main.
He was Theo.
Not the main sidekick from Walker, Texas Ranger. But
he also resurged his part of Theo in a Advanced Auto Parts commercial celebrating the acquisitions of Die Hard battery brand.
Nice. Well played.
You missed that commercial. So
it's always a fun thing to do, and I've brought it up several times on the show. But if you're ever just curious, just play the Is Was game. Just type in any random actor, anyone you can think of, and the first paragraph that pops up on your Googler will always say, such and such is or such and such was, and they're usually real quick about updating that.
Yeah,
it's pretty gory to think about, but yeah, they've got top men on updating the Wikipedia statuses of celebrities, whether or not they're alive or not.
Speaking of people who do weird things, sorry, when you said that top man, that's what I thought of.
Oh.
I watched yesterday, and I told you about this on Netflix. The John McAfee documentary. It's called Running with the Devil. And it was like he paid these biographers basically to kind of follow him.
Right.
When he was on the lam and all this stuff, and first it was the Vice Channel people. And then it was like some independent writer later on. Like when he was, if you don't know, John McAfee, it was the creator of the McAfee antivirus. And, of course, he was a billionaire. I learned a lot about him. He was actually, like, on the Apollo program for NASA. He's a pretty smart dude as far as computer stuff.
But
obviously, he created antivirus.
Devices.
But he lived in Belize. And he's kind of a nut bar. I think he's an alcoholic and drugs. And, not think he is. He was addicted to those. But in Belize, he had dogs, and his dogs would bark and something. And I guess the neighbor complained about his dogs barking, and then his dogs were poisoned one day.
Oh, wow.
And next thing you know, the neighbor's dead.
Oh, snap.
And then he went on the run.
Dang.
And so the documentary like follows him on the run in Belize and going to different countries looking for amnesty or whatever you want to call it.
Safe
Asylum.
Asylum.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. And then I guess he kind of goes back to the U.S. and is kind of safe from that one. But then he goes on he gets on his boat and just is running in the boat, and he's full of, he thinks everyone's out to get him, the cartels and everybody. And then he's like got an armada of guys with guns that he just hires. And so he goes to ports and gets arrested because he's trying to import guns into the country. It's a whole thing. And then he ends up going to jail for tax fraud or something.
Never cheat the man.
Yeah. And then allegedly he dies in prison.
Allegedly.
See, he faked his escape. He actually got busted in Belize, and he was at a hotel, and then he went out to smoke, and they couldn't get him in the hotel, but as soon as he walked out to smoke, they grabbed him. And then while he was at the jail there in Belize, he faked a heart attack, went to the hospital, and that's how he got out and got back to the U.S. So anyway, he apparently he died in jail there, facing the tax deal or whatever he was with. But one of his girlfriends that he had in Belize, and this is where the documentary claims that she got a call from him 2 weeks after he was quote unquote dead. Saying to run off with him off to the
Really?
So the documentary leaves you hanging like maybe he's not dead.
Maybe he's still hanging out.
I think he's dead, but
I would.
But he seems like a guy that would try to pull that move if anybody's going to pull that move. He's a wackadoo. I mean, he's doing bath salts, all kinds of. I mean, he's not just doing drinking. He's doing bath salts. He's doing hardcore messed up stuff.
Every picture I saw of him for the last 10, 15 years of his life was basically him shirtless or wearing a button-down shirt completely open, holding a gun and a drink.
Yeah, that's pretty much. You hate a lot of the footage. Well, and that was probably filmed by these documentarians that are following him around, and like of them were like, "Why are we here?" It's just crazy. But
I'm surprised Kanye hasn't hired somebody to just follow him around.
It was an interesting. Well, it might be next. Don't get me wrong. that might it might be the next documentary on Netflix.
Seems like that's the logical next step for nut bars. Hire somebody to document stuff.
But it was interesting. It was. I don't know. It just came on my radar on Netflix, and I watched it. It was pretty good. So, let me hear the rundown for this hour of the show. It's called "Running with the Devil," by the way. And it's on
Netflix.
Yes. Oh. Yeah. It's about an hour and a half documentary. Nice. In and out. It's not like episodic, so you get to watch it and be done with it. So It's not bad. Here in just a few minutes, we're going to be joined by Mark and Maria Bleth from Hacienda Amor. Also, Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico. We'll talk about some events they've got planned for folks here. And then later on this hour, we'll get you up to date with the news of the local variety. And then, of course, all of our other normal features and all that, too. We'll get you up to date on all that this hour of the show.
Yes, indeed.
Before we do any of that, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather. It's going to be windy today. And it's kind of a little roller coastery this week, a little bit.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. The wind will be kicking up to about 35 miles per hour today ahead of a cold front that's on the way from the central Rockies. We will have sunshine, though. Our afternoon high pretty mild in the upper 60s. Our cold front comes through overnight, dropping us into the mid-20s with clear skies, and then a lot cooler on Wednesday. Sunny and breezy, our afternoon high in the upper 40s, sunny and cool Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 39 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 65%. Winds currently out of the southwest at 9 miles per hour. We do have a wind advisory that is now officially underway. That'll remain in effect through 6 p.m. this evening. We are looking at a warm day, sunny, 68 for a high, but winds will be up out of the south this morning, 10 to 20. Later today, shifting to the west and increasing 20 to 30, gusting as high as 45 miles per hour. Tonight, we're looking at mostly clear skies with an overnight low of 27 degrees Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. For your Wednesday, cooler tomorrow. With all these winds today, bringing in cooler temps for tomorrow. Mostly sunny, highs near 50. Winds will be out of the northeast, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tomorrow night with an overnight low of 30. South winds 5 to 10. Thursday, starting to warm back up a little bit. Sunny skies, highs near 60. South winds 5 to 10. And then Friday, just dare I say it, a beautiful day. Mostly sunny, 74 for a high. Hopefully the winds will stay down. They don't talk much about winds yet. We'll get better picture on that as we get a little closer to Friday. Friday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 45. Saturday, we do have a good shot at rain right now. They're saying a 40% chance of rain on Saturday, mostly cloudy, highs near 60. 40% chance of rain Saturday night as well, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 46. And then mostly cloudy, 67 for a high on Sunday. And then we're back up again, mid-60s and breezy on Monday. So warm today and windy, bit of a cold spell for a day or two there, and then warming back up Friday and some rain on Saturday. So kind of a hodgepodge of everything in 1 week this week weather-wise. All we're missing is snow, but I don't want to jinx it. I may just did. All right, it is 8:17. We're going to take about a 2.5-minute commercial break, and then we'll have Mark and Maria Bleth and Amy McVeigh-Tejas join us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Do you know what to do when you or a loved one has flu-like symptoms, chest pain, shortness of breath, or abdominal pain? Or where to go for a broken bone? Emergencies are never convenient, but when they happen, ask to be taken to Loveless Regional Hospital, where they have 24/7 emergency care, intensive care, and more. You can even be seen in about 30 minutes or less. When urgencies or emergencies happen, ask to be taken to Loveless Regional Hospital. Because minutes matter, and you have a choice.
December 17th is National Wreaths Across America Day. On this day, wreaths are placed on the graves of fallen veterans around the country. Locally, American Legion Post 61 has a goal of placing 300 wreaths on the graves of veterans in Roswell, with special attention paid to veterans at Memory Lawn Memorial Park. Please help American Legion Post 61 by sponsoring a wreath this holiday season. Cost is only $15 per wreath, but the important thing you need to know is to get your sponsorship in by November 29th. Log on to roswelllegion.org to sponsor a wreath today. Thank you for helping support our mission.
The fully loaded Black Friday sale is on now at LGS Guns & Ammo. Now through the end of the month, save store-wide on all the stuff you need to make it a cool Yule. Like 10% off all firearms, including Ruger, Mossberg, Smith & Wesson, and more. 15% off all accessories and ammo, and even 15% off all Liberty safes. Not sure what to get? LGS gift cards can really stuff a stocking. Gear up for the Black Friday sale at LGS Guns & Ammo, Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammunition in Hobbs or Roswell, and at lgsguns.com.
Hey, if you signed up for health insurance, then you know how great it is to be able to see a doctor, get medications, and know that your health is completely covered. Well, now's the time to re-enroll, switch coverage, or even switch insurance carriers if you'd like, because now health insurance is more affordable than ever. Be sure you're receiving the level of coverage and savings you deserve. Visit BeWellNM.com today to re-enroll and to see how much more you can save.
Not since 1981 has Roswell witnessed a junior college bowl game. That all changes Friday, December 2nd with the return of the H.F. Sinclair Wool Bowl, featuring the 2021 NJCAA National Champion New Mexico Military Institute Broncos versus the Lackawanna College Falcons from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Tickets are only $5 and are available right now at woolbowl.net. Jump online and purchase your tickets today. woolbowl.net. The H.F. Sinclair Wool Bowl, NMMI versus Lackawanna College, Friday, December 2nd. Don't miss it.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. When asked for comment, Buzz Lightyear responded, "To infinity and beyond." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes at, we're talking beards. 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. Amy was just telling us, no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It was Mark. But joining us in studio this morning from the Historical Society, Amy McVeigh-Tejas, and from Casa Amor, Mark and Maria Bleth back with us. How are you today? Hacienda Amor. I just say Casa. I meant Hacienda.
That's all right.
It's a different house.
More stately.
Hacienda's a little nicer than a casa, right?
Yeah.
Hacienda's more.
Casa could be anything.
Yes, it's just the fancier, it's kind of a fancier house. That's
yes, exactly. So we all have love of fancy houses.
That's right. So, good morning. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Great.
Good.
I'm glad it's the 8 o'clock hour, not the 7.
This is true. So I got to ask, how's life at Hacienda More? How's running a bed and breakfast been for you guys this first few months here?
Busy. Of course, we've had a Japanese exchange student with us for this whole time as well. As
As a guest or as an employee?
No. Well, she's been super helpful. She's real sweet. She's from Japan. She goes to school at Goddard.
Okay.
So she's transitioning to her next family at the end of this weekend.
Okay. So how many families does she stay with?
Three families.
Oh, wow. So she kind of gets to... I always thought they kind of stayed with one the whole school year, but I guess they kind of rotate a little bit.
Yeah, they like them to have more exposure.
Makes sense.
Bigger circle of friends.
Different cultural experiences and
whole
things.
Group of friends from us, but when she moves to the next person, she'll inherit a whole group of new friends and still have the ones that she got from us. So
does
it's
this
cumulative.
Japanese exchange student now have a love for Mexican cuisine?
She doesn't do spicy, so it's kind of limited, and she doesn't like beans, so it kind of limits it a little more.
That really does, yeah. You're kind of in trouble in Mexican cuisine if you don't like beans.
But she's not starving. She's doing just fine.
Awesome. Good. A lot of raw fish in the house?
No, not that we're prepared, but
for her friends.
Well,
for her.
And I know, Japan and Asian, breakfast don't look like our breakfast.
Right.
And, they have a lot of seaweed and a lot of, things that, it's not eggs and bacon over there. It's something different there. So I didn't know if that was
fish.
something. Yeah, they do a lot of fish and things like that.
A lot of fish and rice every single
rice.
day.
Yeah.
Just like us and potatoes.
That's true.
We almost eat potatoes 3 meals a day.
I wonder if they think we're gross because we eat eggs and stuff like that.
They like eggs.
Okay.
They like eggs.
They just don't eat them by themselves. They mix it into everything. So.
Yeah, and they'll eat raw eggs.
Right.
She had
That's
rice.
They can have that.
And rye on
they
it.
mix
And,
it.
I mix it.
and
See,
mix
God
it up
invented heat for a reason.
to kill salmonella.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, good deal. But business is good and everything?
Oh, yeah. Things are, it's holiday season, so that's always a big time for people to put together holiday parties. So we have holiday parties coming up. We still have availability to do more. So, we always have capacity. We're going to probably do a wreath making class in the next week or so.
Okay.
So we're kind of honing our skills on wreath making. We have the equipment and the machine and, watching the YouTube videos.
Okay.
And probably solicit some help of some folks that really know what they're doing.
Okay.
But Maria's just naturally talented. I'll be sending out some pictures on Facebook today of all her interior decor. I've been kind of showing stuff of the outside and the lights and things like that. But now we'll move to the inside of Hacienda.
Absolutely. So
busy decorating and
the outside's getting good to go. Now we got to work on the inside here.
Yep. Well, the inside's done.
Inside's done.
Inside's done. We just have to.
Yeah, inside's good. The outside's next.
They're all done. We
Good
just
deal.
haven't taken pictures of the inside yet and shared them.
Good deal. Well, it's a beautiful facility. If you guys haven't, if folks haven't come and checked it out yet, come by for a visit.
Well, and that's what we're here for. We're going to be participating in the event on the 15th.
Yeah, on December 15th, the Historical Society's having our come see the Christmas lights drive-through event. Some clown's going to be Santa. I'm just kidding.
We just got anybody.
Yeah, we dragged one off. We dragged one off. No.
Whoever.
But it's going to be, it's a fun event. We just, we're going to come out and kind of get you in the holiday spirit. We're going to light up the JP White house for Christmas. The lights are already kind of almost done. I think the exterior is pretty much done, isn't it?
No.
No, is it still going?
We're determined to be at about 15,000 lights.
It's still it's pretty light up right now.
We're over 10,000, getting to about 1,200. We're gonna light up the driveways. We're gonna do a lot more lights. I can't thank Excel enough. They're part of everything we do.
Yeah.
They're part of the history of Roswell, and we want to be a beacon of light. I think that's important in
Literally
this day
and
and time.
figuratively.
Literally. People are already saying we want the trees up all the time. It's funny. Maybe we'll leave them up in January. I don't know.
I would be cool with that.
But we have gotten calls already. People are calling and they're wanting to reserve their spot, Mike.
Really?
That's funny.
Nice.
Yeah.
So for years and years, we've always done an open house. I think it's just a time for the Historical Society to say thank you to the community and amazing people like Mark and his wife, preserving history. investing in history, celebrating history, but at the end of the day, joining together to remember no matter what we've gone through, this amazing community shows up, supports, and works together. And I think that's important. So this year, we're doing things a little bit differently, and we will do a drive-through.
Good deal.
And yes, for the first 50.
We got little goodie bags and things for you. So.
And yes, for Mike, yes, there will be biscochitos involved.
Thank goodness.
And
now the event can go on.
I don't know if you can see this, but somebody will receive in one of their bags a gift card. I don't know if you can see this, but it will be I got you, Historical Society gift card. So in one of the bags, there will be a fun Historical Society gift card.
Oh, okay.
So just a lot of fun things, and we'll continue to do fun things.
Excellent. And then, of course, we want to encourage you to come visit the Hacienda More as well too, see
just down the street. I mean, while you're
just a couple doors down.
Yeah, while you're in the neighborhood.
That's right. So if you've been involved with our drive-thrus, you can come through. You basically do that U formation.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have about 7 different little stops, from your goodie bags to your hot chocolate to selfies with Santa.
There you go.
And we'll do a 50-50, and you can win half the pot.
There you go.
And we don't want to forget our community, and we are collecting goods for Community Kitchen. And then absolutely, positively drive right out our parking lot and go right down the street to Custom.
Absolutely. Come on down and see their Christmas lights and displays and everything.
Yeah, and we'll have some hot chocolate, but it'll be a little bit different hot chocolate. It'll be Mexican hot chocolate.
So a little bit of spice to it, maybe, or a little bit of...
It's different.
Is it more like a...
Different chocolate.
Okay. Is it more like cinnamons or something? A little different spices
cinnamon
in there to kind of give it a different flavor?
This is for the coffee. We made the coffee in a different way.
Okay.
Yeah. We add cinnamon, just like you say, and another kind of sugar, but another thing.
Gotcha.
Yep. Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. So you can get our hot chocolate and you get fancy stuff over at Hacienda.
Have a cultural experience.
Yeah. Ours came from the Swiss. The missus of Swiss.
And where does the Swiss get their chocolate from? Mexico.
There you go.
There you go.
Ours came from Albertsons.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Farmers, I think.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. Come and get in the Christmas spirit. I gotta be honest. I hope it's a little cool that night. Not like cold crate, but enough to make it feel like you want hot chocolate and have a coat on and feel like Christmas.
I'm
want
sure
that.
it will be.
I don't want a 60-degree night. We're all in shorts and hey, want some hot chocolate? No, I want a cold beer.
Come down to the Hacienda. We can do that.
See, there you go.
So hopefully the weather accommodates with us to match the winter. Especially poor Santa might get hot if it's warm. We need a cold night for Santa here. So, but yeah, it's all happening December 15th. 5:30 to 6:30 is going to be the kind of the pickup drive-through time. Mm-hmm. What time are you guys going to be going over at Hacienda More? About same time?
We're always going.
Okay. You can come before or after?
Yeah, before or after. Whatever's convenient for them. It's
awesome.
Either way.
Good deal. So just come on by and see. Check it out, because I think that's once you see the facility and see all that's there, you're going to be like, dude, we got to do a getaway weekend here, or just as a couple. Or if you got family in town, it's like, hey, next time family's visiting, Christmas around the corner, instead of sticking them in your house or put them in the Hacienda More, and that way they got a nice place to stay and they're not crawling up your butt the whole time during the holiday.
We'll keep them occupied for you.
That's right. Yeah. They get distracted with all the nice things over there. It's like, no, you don't want to come over.
Or just relax. Find a nice cozy spot and read a book.
Or better yet, have all the people stay at your house, then you guys go to Hacienda More and just kind of hang out there, enjoy the niceness of it. But yeah, now how long have you guys been officially open now? Is it?
Well, let's see. We took occupancy like mid-July, and then there was the process of going through. So a couple months.
Yeah. Okay, I was like, is it been 6 months yet or not? I didn't know if it was quite there, but it looks like we're close.
No, not ownership-wise, or even open-wise for sure.
But it's still. So I'm kind of curious. Like, obviously your vision's not done, right? You still got more you want to do. Like, where do you think you're at? Like right now, Maria. Like in your head, 50%, 30%, 80%. Like where percentage-wise, where do you think you guys are at?
No, maybe less, but
I don't know. I mean, it's evolving, and it'll always evolve.
I mean, and that's the question. Do you know?
Yeah.
I mean, is it like I'd start going here, and then one project begats the next project, which, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and sometimes you try a little of everything, and then you see really what takes, and then you kind of expand upon what takes. So right now we're kind of open for any and all opportunities and just kind of see where it takes us and
throw it all
partnership
the wall and see what
opportunities.
sticks, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Good deal.
Like they say, well, I don't want to say what they say. But we're on radio here.
But I think this also gives an opportunity for the community when you come and visit.
Yes.
And then when you're there, you're like, oh, boy, it would be nice if you guys had this, or I wish you had this. And this might be like, you know what? I think you're right. We should do that. And you might, be part of what will be the future staples of Hacienda Amor here. So
yeah, we're going to have a big party here in a few weeks that's going to have a tent on the side yard. And when we do that, we might say, well, maybe we should have an event center in the side yard, or at least a big pergola that can get closed in if needed.
So you want a little party or a little event. You're good to go.
Yeah. So, because when we have dancers come over, they need certain kind of places to perform on. They can't perform on the grass.
Sure.
And it's tough to do it on the bricks and whatnot. So
you need a dance floor.
A dance floor, performance area.
Then a disco ball. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, we can do that. For those
only up for
special
limited
requests.
appearances. But what we'd like to do is on December 15th. You don't have to wait till then. Come now. But while you're out, we hope coming to visit us at the Historical Society and coming and seeing all the Christmas lights that you're going to stay in the Christmas spirit and swing on down a few houses down and come check out Hacienda Amor. Come see the Christmas lights and display there. Pop in for a cup of cocoa or coffee here and visit with Mark and Maria or maybe there's be a few guests there you can visit while they're there too.
Spring Christmas in Hacienda Amor and everywhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, in the future, when we talk about this kind of collaboration that we're doing now, I mean, maybe down the road it expands to blocking off Lee Street and having a historic stroll,
a block party or something.
A block party in the historic district.
Well, maybe we do like a food thing, or we cultural food, the festival thing, and Historical Society. And sorry, man, I'm putting you to work with all this food you got to prepare. But
we've talked so much about even whether it's car shows, whether it's food trucks, whether it's food, whether it's history.
Car show down that 2 blocks would be nice.
So we've done car show in
How pretty would that be with some old classic cars and those beautiful historic houses?
And remember when we did that there in the museum? I mean, there's no reason we can't fill it up. So to me, sky's the limit. And if you're listening in part of Lee Street, we want to encourage people on Lee Street to light up Lee Street.
Join the party.
So it shouldn't just be a couple of blocks. We'd love to see lights.
You live in a historical district, and with that sometimes comes responsibility. It's just part of the
decorate
beast
in any way possible.
Yeah.
We're all part of a family, and I think when we say Lee Street, we take for granted that's in honor of Captain Joseph C. Lee. We are history. We're walking, breathing, living history. So get involved. And by the way, it's Giving Tuesday. We want to I think it's really important with the Historical Society to remember to give back. And give back could be giving individuals a wonderful weekend at this beautiful historical home. Giving back could be purchasing books at the Historical Society. But today is Giving Tuesday, and we want individuals to give locally, support locally. We say it over and over again, and then I think we all get boxes of shipments from Amazon.
Yes.
So take a moment, and that's an important part, too, of things. But I think that we take for granted all the local treasures through a weekend getaway, or whether it's a gift certificate through the Historical Society. Support local.
Speaking of gifts, is that an option for folks? If they want to do a weekend getaway as a gift for the holidays, they can do a gift card?
Yeah, they can do that. We have, just within our booking engine itself, our website, it's haciendaamordderoswell.com.
Okay.
And we have a buy gift certificate. Okay. So you get to put in,
that's awesome.
Put in the credit card information and all that, but like who's it to, and you can put a personalized note and it gets emailed to them, and if they want us to mail it to them, we can do that as well.
Cool.
So there's an option there. So
fellas,
it's easy to give gift certificates from us.
25% off, right?
Yeah, and the gift certificates, so when they redeem the gift certificates, they're redeemed like cash. So if we're offering 25% or 50% off the room, they can take advantage of the sale and use their gift certificate to pay
so as
for
much
it.
money as you're giving, you're going to get more. That's awesome.
Yeah, so you get more value.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely. And not to mention, you get treated like a royalty there. You get waited on hand and foot with beautiful foods and a beautiful atmosphere. It's kind of nice.
and Maria as a host is amazing.
Wow.
Good deal. Well, man, this would be fun, and I think it's a great gift. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, everyone, especially being a husband, I know you try to want to be creative. You want, and you're kind of racking your brain, and you're like, and then I think this is one of those gifts that would be like well received because it's a lot of thought into it. Thinking, hey, you're giving the gift of time together in a nice, you know what I mean? It's you're working on your relationship, but at the same time doing it at a place that you can rest, relax, unwind, and you don't have to pack up and go 100 miles to get there. Love all of that,
And you could have a great meal brought in from wherever and use our formal dining room for that evening. There's no extra charges for using the facilities while you're there. So if you want a private dinner as a guest at the hacienda, you can have that.
You want the
have it,
ambiance of the facility,
right? And we can arrange for music to be played. We can arrange for a personal chef to make their dinner.
Oh wow!
So they have lots of options.
Although you got Maria, I'm like, I'm good. You guys got plenty of food. I'm good to go.
She is amazing.
Hello. He's like, why would I do that? You got Maria. But you can if you want to. That's right. I don't know why you would, but you can if you want to. And then, of course, speaking of why we're talking holidays, don't forget the Historical Society offers a great slew of Christmas gift ideas too. Supporting local again, back with our local authors and things. You can get some great books that cover everything from John LeMay and Donna Blake Burchell to Elvis Fleming and
Linda Sanchez.
There's a
Joyce
slew of
McCall.
authors that do great books about this region or about people from this region. And of course, the Peter Hurd prints, they are always great gifts. All of that is a great way to support the Historical Society. So if you're looking for gift ideas between the two entities here, you almost got Christmas wrapped up.
We had a great member, Paul Haynes. Hi, shout out. I know he's listening. He came in and he was purchasing a box to send to Wisconsin. And I think what better way to celebrate history would be he purchased some books and fun things. So we want to encourage people, keep collecting loose change. I think that's important. That's the way you can support the Historical Society. Every penny counts.
Yeah.
If you can't purchase a book, but you can collect your pennies and do those things, you can help us. I know we're well over $2,000, so that helps. We do have availability for Christmas events, and I think it would be amazing for a group to partner like we are and get a tour at the museum, but go eat it at this beautiful location or
kind of turn it into a multi-property
I think we're
event.
family.
Yeah.
We are family. So any way we can mutually
especially like with corporate retreats, those type of opportunities where you kind of, take care of the spouses during the day they can go walk down the street and have, their business meeting in the resource center. So there's a lot of different things that can be done.
And work
between
the
the
tour
two
into the home and all of that good stuff.
And we are open by appointment for the holidays. Come and take your family pictures and those kinds of things and get a tour of the museum. Anyway,
Absolutely.
Sky's the limit. I think that we are just enjoying local treasures. So anyway, we can partner with them and just celebrate our, we're all in.
Absolutely. Yeah, don't forget, Historical Society is doing tours by appointment. All you do is call the Historical Society or email, and we'll tell you all that information.
We had a family come in and take amazing family pictures. Cool. And then get a tour and have fun. And we had the kids outside and the adults in purchasing books and taking a tour. I just think that's a wonderful opportunity.
That's a good idea. If you're looking for a Christmas, I'm sure there's a few at Hacienda or more too, but I know the Historical Society and the J.P. White home, like the staircase, there's a few places that would make great backdrops for a holiday Christmas card or a family photo or something like that. So, and I'm sure either location would love to have you come and do that.
Both.
So.
Well, yeah, and you could have a big group between our front stairs and your front stairs, and you start stacking people up the stairs and off to the sides. I mean, it can hold like 60 people, just our stairs.
I love it. I love this time of the year because we have some realtors and some companies, and here they come in and they've got their Santa. And I love to see what they do every year. It's part of the tradition of taking family pictures and company pictures and those kinds of things.
So we would love to, both Hacienda More and the Historical Society would love to have you as part of, or us as a part of your holiday plans. Sure. However, capacity, certainly December 15th, come and enjoy the drive-through, come by Hacienda More, come see the lights, get there early so you can get the gift bags and the hot cocoa. And like I was saying, use this as hey, I'm looking for a Christmas gift for my spouses because come check out Hacienda more and say, this is great. This will be perfect. Let's get a gift card so we can pick a date and make our, when January, February, everything's kind of lull and dull. You're having getaways locally here to get in town. That's the part I love it, too, is because you don't really have time to drive, a next state over or wherever to go get away. But you want to get away right here.
We have day spas that are walking distance. Behind the Wells Fargo, there's some day spas in there.
Yeah.
So there's great restaurants in walking distance.
There's a lot of pampering type things. Yeah, you don't realize it till you walk around in there. And because I get my wife massage gift cards for birthdays and stuff. And so that's where I go back in there and get all. And so it's a whole little area. They got all kinds of stuff back in there. So.
Oh yeah, and I think in the future we would love to have more homes be included in tours, like
for sure.
Other homeowners that have great historic homes that will open them up for the community. That we maybe have 5 homes in a day, kind of like a realtor open house.
Absolutely,
but not.
And that's where maybe we need to talk to John and the archives folks. Are some of those homes do we know if some of the homes in the area were once owned by prominent Roswellians? I'm sure there was.
We've got tons of information. We used to do a home.
It's like one of the Poes lived in one of these houses.
We used to do the home show. We've done home shows for many years. We've done a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I think that it's the ownership of these individuals to get involved.
Sure.
I know some people don't even know the information about their own homes. And that's something that we can offer and be part of. Just educating and informing yourself, celebrating that. Become a member. Tell your story of your home in our newsletter. Get involved with the historical sites. Sky's the limit. We could do walking tours. We could do progressive dinners. We could do celebration of homes. We could do home preservation with encouraging local, getting involved. That's something that Mark and I, whether it's preserving the Chihuahuita, whether it's preserving the historical district, whether it's celebrating and let's invest in sidewalks and areas and all these things. To me, sky's the limit. This is a beautiful area.
Absolutely.
Whether it's Lee Street, we have tons of streets named after very famous, prominent individuals.
Poe and Lee.
Block parties celebrating, whether it's Missouri, whether it's Lee, whether it's Richardson. Every street has a story. We want to encourage every street to tell its story. Have block parties on every corner. It's just it should be a celebration of area, no matter what area of Roswell it is. Because I think we celebrate the historical district just like we're working with preserving the Chihuahuita district. That area has its own story. And I think that the more we celebrate our local treasures and not just on Lee Street or throughout Roswell.
Celebrate more of what we have in common than what we have different. And that's at the end of the day how humanity works.
When you hear that, there's nothing to do to Roswell mentality. If every street had their own block party and celebrated and told their own story, I think we would want to walk more and do more and become closer to our neighbors.
Sure.
No matter what colors we are, what backgrounds, is unifying ourselves in any way possible. And I think at the end of the day, through being a beacon of light, that's what we want to remind people. We are the thing we have in common is that we are residents of Roswell, and we should all come together and celebrate this amazing community. And there's amazing projects going on, and even with Christine Arnold, that's on our board. She's part of the historical district. She's very passionate working on projects, and we want to remind people to get involved with many of those projects that Mark and I are partnering with, and so many, whether it's railroad district, whether it's historical district, whether it's wherever.
Main Street.
Main Street.
It all,
but
it's another
to
wheel
me
in the
also,
cog.
it's about places that we're not really talking about. We were out at the airport and all that amazing. The history of the airport. I think us
Mark's got a little
celebrating,
knowledge on that one.
but highlighting all these areas, all of our hidden treasures.
Sure, absolutely. Come celebrate it. Come be a part of it. Come create the next generation of history for Roswell. That's all what it's a part of. And so,
we don't have to just be known for aliens.
No.
Exactly.
Well, I mean,
like Las Vegas, New Mexico. People know that they have great architecture. Well, we have great architecture too, just nobody knows it because we're a little overshadowed by, our claim to fame.
Sure.
Well, we're one of the most top 10 identifiable cities in the world, known for one thing, and through projects like us, if people left knowing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 things, guaranteeing we do that challenge every time. People say we're staying one day. We challenge them to stay 2 days. They'll double it twice on Sunday and want to stay at that bed and breakfast for a week because we could keep them busy. For
Sure.
yeah,
absolutely.
Probably a couple
But
of weeks.
if the aliens get them in the door, that's okay. But once they're here, learn more than
there
just
you
the
go.
aliens.
And on a minimal budget, there's so many things to
Absolutely.
do on a
It's
low
a cheap
budget.
vacation. Part of the fun. I mean, but it's a very inexpensive. Maybe we'll go that way.
And Roswell's a great hub city too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
From our airport to kind of sitting in the middle of between Carlsbad and Rio Doso, and so there's a lot of great day trips.
Yeah, if you want to make a day trip to Lincoln or down to Carlsbad Caverns or Rio Doso or wherever, it's we're a hub here to do all that.
Yeah, and the accommodations are much cheaper in Roswell. Rental cars are much cheaper in Roswell, so it makes good sense to make Roswell your hub city.
You ever try to get a hotel room in Capitan or any of those type places?
Right.
It's not easy.
And not
They're
that
beautiful
nice.
places to visit, but you don't want to stay there because there's nothing to stay at,
Right.
So you come and use Roswell as that hub,
That's
and then come do your day trips and use out to the various parts of southeast New Mexico. But tell your friends and family, when they get here, and do it, for yourself. So.
Mark and I are part of the Tourism Council, just reminding we have our next meeting on December 8th. If you want to become more involved with how we can unify and celebrate all that our local tourism, that on December the 8th is the Roswell Tourism Council meeting, just while I'm thinking
Good deal.
about it.
So,
that's an unusual date.
And that's open to the public.
Absolutely,
There's no
for sure.
membership
So
associated
come if you like
with
to
it.
get involved, or if you love the history and say,
Whether
hey, I'd like to be a part of more of the, what's going on of it, come to this next meeting, and, I'm sure they'll find places for you. If you're, anytime.
Yeah, exactly.
Anytime they're looking for
We'll get you
volunteers
plugged
to get
in.
involved.
Yes, or
there's
just
always-
networking. Bring your information.
Yeah.
Or if you're one of those homeowners of those one of those historic homes and you
got a
haven't
stake in the
reached,
game.
you haven't
Right.
reached out yet,
Right.
come visit and see maybe we can work together and get involved.
Absolutely.
If you need to do research, call 622-8333. Leave a message. We'll be happy to set up an appointment regarding the archives, historical homes. We've got some information.
I think with nothing else, it's kind of like like your own mini homeowners association, because let's face it, even though some are businesses, some are homes, they all still have the same unique problem of all have homes or facilities that were built roughly in the same time period. They're all going to have the same maintenance and mechanical issues and things. And let's face it, because they're all historical buildings, you can't just run down to the hardware store and grab what you need and do it. Some might take literally bigger, not an act of Congress, but something, with being a historical label, much more complicated than that.
There are
and so, obviously, certain entities are better and have more experience navigating through that than others. And that, if nothing else, that's a great binding thing there, is to say, hey, we're under a little bit different rules than the rest of the neighborhood. We ought to get together and talk about how we can each, make those easier for all of us. So,
For sure.
Well, in a lot of the homes, we're part of a district, but really, we didn't sign up for it. Previous owners didn't sign up for that. So we could literally paint our houses pink if we wanted to. We could build a tough shed porch. We could do anything we wanted, and including tear it down without anyone saying anything. And the city has no code over the historic district.
Okay.
So literally, I could build a big metal building right next to my house, as long as it adhered to the setbacks and height and all that.
Whatever
I can
city-
do it whatever I want to. There's nobody in the chain to tell me not to.
Okay.
So,
Which
you know,
is
and
kind
we-
of...
well, and they tried to do things in the past,
Yeah.
but a lot of people don't want, government control, saying
I
I,
get
can do
that.
this or I can do that. So it's failed in the past. It's always gotten tabled or never went anywhere because there was strong enough opposition to it to squash it. So
Gotcha.
really what's been happening is people just having pride in their property and just wanting to do the right
It's the
thing.
right thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we've been successful in the historic district of not seeing those things,
Mm-hmm.
not because of a government enforcement.
Right.
People just said, we're
though,
trying
at
to preserve something that was... It's important to a lot
Right,
of people.
but I think at the end of the day, for like our home, we've got registries, and
Yeah,
it is
theirs is different.
It
Yeah,
is
we
housed-
do have a little bit more
Let me
restrictions.
just say one thing. It is very important for me to affirm when you have a placard on your house, there is links to that registry. in the Palace of the Governors, and they do have expectation. Now, it's not enforced, but one thing the Historical Society has done over the years is to try to collect as much information as we do have locally, and that's something important to justify, is bringing that information to us. We're a collective entity to at least celebrate what we know, update our records, so when somebody like these new owners come in, at least we have something to go by. But our placards are justified, and they can be linked into the Palace of the Governors. But I think at the end of the day, let's just celebrate what we have and encourage and improve.
But, it's a community. You use the resources. And that's
100%.
that's kind of the point I'm making is we're one community here.
We are.
Talk to neighbors. Get together.
Yes.
You'll be surprised at how much information and wherewithal you can get done just by simply reaching out to your neighbors. You know
Isn't
what I
that
mean?
amazing? What communication. What a concept, right?
But I just saw the timer run a little short. But December 15th, mark it on your calendars. Roughly around 5:30, everything's going to be getting underway. At the historical side of the drive-through part, you can swing by Hacienda More before or after or during. If you want, you come and bar hop back and forth. I don't care.
Yeah, it's a short walk.
Yeah. You can do dueling cocos. You'd be like, I want to see whose is better. I'll try theirs first. I'm going to here.
That's right.
Let me check and go back and get some more over here.
They'll probably be different.
And different's good.
Yes.
We love it. We love it.
Absolutely. So please come. Get in the holidays, and that's the other part, too. We just want to celebrate the holiday season. Come out, look at the beautiful lights, come see the beautiful buildings, come enjoy camaraderie and singing, and there'll be music. It's going to feel like Christmas out on Lee Street, and that's what we want to, come and, I wouldn't even be opposed if there's a little snow. I know some people be mad, but I think that would look very pretty.
I know. We were hoping for snow last week, and we're sadly disappointed.
Yeah. I will never forget. This is a quick story, so I can go real quick. Artesia, they do a light up Artesia every year. It's kind of, same like we do down here. They have something similar. They do an Artesia there. And, of course, our radio station goes and we set up the trailer in one of the streets there and tell people, hey, go shop downtown and all that. Well, one year, this was years ago, about 10 years ago, it snowed that night. And it only snowed about 3 inches, but it literally looked like a scene out of a movie. They had carolers on the streets and everything, and it's actually snowing, and I'm just sitting in the trailer drinking my cocoa watching this. I'm like, holy cow, it feels like Christmas here. This is weird. It's awesome. In Artesia, New Mexico, in the middle of the desert, we had like the storybook Christmas display. It was really nice. So maybe.
So we're going to try the storybook Christmas with or without snow.
There you go.
It's going to be happening, but it sure makes it easier when there's a few flakes on the ground there. But December 15th, again, there 200 North Lee is actually the address of the J.P. White home and everything. What's the physical address for hospital? 312 Lee. So literally right up the street there. Yeah. If folks want to go online and do some more research on Hacienda Amor, where do you want to steer them?
So it's Hacienda Amor de, which is DE.
Okay.
Roswell.com.
Hacienda
And it's
Amor.
easy to Google. So if you just want to Google search,
it'll come right
Hacienda
up.
Amor.
You're trying to, how do you spell Hacienda again?
Google will help. Google will help with that.
I before E. What is it? So if you have trouble, let the Google help you out there on that.
Yeah, it will.
But that way you can, if you want to learn more about getting a gift certificate or booking a reservation or seeing some photos and some of the facility before you actually come and see it in person. If you have questions and things, I'm sure there's contact information for you to reach out there.
Phone
you guys
numbers
also have social media, Facebook or Instagram?
Yeah, we're
or any of
on
those?
Facebook as well.
Good
so
deal.
if you just search for Hacienda Amor de Roswell on Facebook, you'll find us.
Good deal.
So we've been posting some pictures from the outside decoration. So probably today we'll be posting the inside decor.
So be on the lookout for that.
Be on the lookout. We'll have a drop.
Awesome. And of course, for anything Historical Society related, RoswellNMHistory.org. You can go and get all the gifts we were talking about, information about the drive-through event or any of the stuff we do. You can get in touch with Amy direct, history director at outlook.com. Or call the Historical Society.
It's 622-8333. Archives is 622-1176.
Very good.
Just leave a message and we'll get back to you.
And they'll get right back to you here. Sometimes in the archives, they're down in the cave digging through stuff. So they don't hear the phone ring. So they
or between the two. Never knows.
They just come out with black stuff on their face, and I don't even know how that happened.
That's probably true.
It's not even dirty down there. Why do you have black stuff on
That's
your
true. That is true.
I think they just want to wear the hats with the lights.
We need those.
And the white gloves.
That's right.
White gloves.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's butler suits and white gloves.
Yes.
No dust. So. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And,
Appreciate it.
We'll see you on the 15th if we don't see you sooner than that.
Awesome.
All right?
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
No problem.
I'm already hungry now.
Thank you.
I'm talking about food all day. I'm hungry. It is 8:55. Quick update with news and stuff before more news. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Roswell Museum, in partnership with the Pecos Valley Potters Guild, are inviting everyone to step into a world of creative wonder this holiday season at the second annual Holiday Artisan Market, held at the Roswell Museum. The opportunity to shop for distinctive, one-of-a-kind gifts will run from December 3rd to 31st, with an opening night party this Friday from 5 to 9. Sale proceeds are split between the artist and the RMAC Foundation, which helps sustain the regional arts community as well as museum projects and programs. About 80 graduates are expected to participate in Eastern New Mexico University Roswell's 78th commencement convocation on Thursday, December 8th, in the ENMU Roswell Performing Arts Center. 2 ceremonies will be held. The 5:30 p.m. ceremony will recognize graduation candidates in the Arts and Sciences education programs and the Heating, Ventilation, Air Conditioning Technology program, in addition to bachelor's and master's degree candidates from ENMU in Portales. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. The wind will be kicking up to about 35 miles per hour today ahead of a cold front that's on the way from the central Rockies. We will have sunshine, though. Our afternoon high pretty mild in the upper 60s. Our cold front comes through overnight, dropping us into the mid-20s with clear skies, and then a lot cooler on Wednesday. Sunny and breezy, our afternoon high in the upper 40s, sunny and cool Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. stocks ended sharply lower on Monday after protests in major Chinese cities against strict COVID-19 policies sparked concern about economic growth, while Apple Incorporated slid on worries about a hit to iPhone production. President Biden on Monday called on Congress to pass legislation to intervene and block a railroad strike before next month's deadline in the stalled contract talks. Biden said a tentative agreement approved in September provided a pay raise for workers, health care benefits, and a better leave policy. But talks have since stalled. 4 rail unions are back at the table after rejecting their deals with the railroads, trying to work out a new agreement before the December 9th deadline. Spending on Cyber Monday, the biggest U.S. online shopping day, may hit a record $11.6 billion. That's according to some reports, as people look for discounts, even under the strain of inflation. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I know you've heard me say that you can trust Trustmark, but I want you to know what that looks like in real life. A few years ago, we installed a beautiful new roof for an older woman who was recently widowed. She was an artist, and colors were really important to her. So when she said she didn't like the color of a brand new roof, we took that seriously. She had picked the color and signed off on it, but I just kept thinking, if she's going to walk into her house every day and be disappointed, then we're just going to redo it. So we did. We ripped that beautiful new roof off and replaced it with a slightly different color, and she was thrilled. Yes, it cost us quite a bit of money to make her happy, but I want you to know you can trust Trustmark to make it exactly right every time. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
The average American takes 8 to 10,000 steps each day, and for those suffering from foot problems, each one can be agonizing. The podiatry team at Artesia General Hospital can help diagnose and treat foot and ankle conditions, including diabetic foot issues, arthritis, bunions, or other problems. Doctors Joseph Marino and Joseph Krupa are podiatrists specializing in wound care, fracture care, foot and ankle surgery, and more. Put your feet in good hands. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/podiatry APPT.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
And it is closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News up next. We have the folks from Kiwanis Club joining us next hour talking about the big event happening this weekend at the Anderson Museum. That's up next. Don't go away.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. President Biden has asked Congress to step in and block a railroad strike before next week's deadline in the stalled contract talks. The president says a strike could be devastating to the economy. The Senate will soon vote on a bill protecting both same-sex and interracial marriages.
The passage for Respect for Marriage Act would force states to recognize all marriages that were legal where they were performed. It would also protect interracial marriages by requiring states to recognize legal marriages regardless of sex, race, ethnicity, or national origin. The vote on final passage is scheduled for this afternoon. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Chinese universities are sending students home as the ruling Communist Party tightens its anti-COVID controls. Houston's boil water notice has been lifted. Officials canceled the order this morning after determining that the city's tap water is safe again, following a weekend problem at a purification plant. The Biden administration says Russia abruptly postponed the scheduled resumption of arms control talks this week and did so without explanation. John Kirby is at the National Security Council.
We're going to be working through the embassy to try to figure out what happened here, and we'd like to see it get back on the schedule as soon as possible.
U.S. consumer confidence fell for the second straight month in November amid ongoing high inflation, rising interest rates, and layoffs in the tech sector. That's according to the Conference Board Business Research Group. It's win or go home for the U.S. soccer team at the World Cup. They play Iran later today and need a victory to advance in the tournament. A few hours ago, Iranian authorities say 2 former members of the national soccer team arrested this month over criticizing the government were released on bail. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Al Abaroa, founder of Knight Strategic Wealth. Inflation is a problem, markets are volatile, and the risk of running out of money in retirement is real. That's why I love annuities, and you should too. Your financial advisor doesn't want you to know that with our annuity strategy, when the stock market goes up, you earn a market-linked return that locks in every year, and when the stock market goes down, your annuity won't lose a dime. There are no unnecessary fees, and it works for your investments, money at a brokerage firm, or even money at a bank. It's simple, it's safe, and you should only invest if you learn the facts. And that's why savvy investors work with us. Want to learn more? Text FREE to 833-898-0500, and we'll send our retirement readiness kit directly to your phone right now. If you want to use safe, low-fee annuities to build a retirement portfolio that will go up with the market and never lose money, get our retirement readiness kit today and see how this strategy can help secure your future. Text FREE to 833-898-0500. Text FREE to 833-898-0500.
Republicans are demanding a delay in certifying results in several key Arizona races.
With echoes of the 2020 election, the disputes involve GOP candidates who blame narrow election losses on irregularities in voting districts controlled by Democrats. Democrat election officials in Maricopa County say problems that arose on Election Day involved machines that failed to print out legible ballots. Some GOP candidates contended the problems disenfranchised voters, forcing them to vote at more than one location, in some cases neither of their votes being counted. Bob Agnew reporting.
The Supreme Court is taking up a dispute over a blocked Biden administration policy that would prioritize deportation of people in the country illegally who pose the greatest public safety risk. Republican-led states sued and won a nationwide court order that is meant to limit immigration officials' discretion in deportations. News and analysis at townhall.com. It's been a flight for the record books. NASA's Orion spacecraft has reached the farthest distance from Earth. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson says that the Artemis 1 mission set a new record over the weekend.
Orion surpassed the distance record for a mission with a spacecraft designed to carry humans into deep space. And that record before had been set by Apollo 13 at about 248,000 miles from Earth.
The unmanned spacecraft will return to Earth in a couple of weeks with a planned splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. For now, the lava coming from Hawaii's Mauna Loa volcano is not threatening any homes or communities, and no evacuation orders have been issued. However, the world's largest active volcano is shooting lava into the air, and it's flowing downhill. I'm Greg Clugston. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What?
in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to your day. It's not Monday. Be happy about that.
That's right.
It's going to be a little windy today, so put some rocks in your pockets.
Yeah.
But it's going to be warm. Like, we're supposed to hit a high like 67 or 68 today.
Gonna be nice.
Friday is supposed to like mid-70s.
Oh, that's like summery, practically.
But the weird part is, like, the next day after these, it's cold. Yeah. Like tomorrow, with all the wind today, it's supposed to be like 50 tomorrow, 49.
It's like heat's last hurrah.
Yeah, and then Saturday, there's like a 40% chance of rain.
Right.
But we'll be in the 60s.
Yeah.
So
take the good, take the bad.
Take them both, and there you have.
The facts of life.
Facts of life. All right, anyway. Sorry, it started going in my head there.
When the world never seems to be living up to your dreams, and suddenly you're finding out the facts of life are all about you. Takes a lot to get them right.
You know, would we have George Clooney were it not for the facts of life? Like, that role he had, would he have, would it, if he didn't do that, would he have not begotten to ER and everything else?
It's interesting to think about. Had it not been for the facts of life, we might not have Casamigos tequila.
Maybe.
Interesting thought. But although I'm pretty sure that his star was shining pretty bright. I mean, he was going to find it. He was going to find it regardless.
You think he would have been on another show or something, and it would have got
regardless of the vehicle it would have been. He would have found it. Same thing goes for, like, young Leo on Growing Pains.
Yeah. Yep. There's quite a few. Or Kirk Cameron.
Yeah, or you could go the other way with it. That is true. That is true.
He's a big star. What do you mean?
Yeah, totally. Ever seen the movie Fireproof?
Well,
dude, legitimately.
Put it this way, he's done well for himself, even if he's not, George Clooney.
I have a copy of the movie Fireproof that is still wrapped in manufacturer's plastic.
Sounds like a regifting situation.
It was gifted to me from our church one year, and we literally never watched it.
Sounds like that should make someone's Christmas stocking this year to me.
Ironically, it's
still in the cellophane wrap.
It's about saving a marriage, so I'm like, maybe we should pop that one in.
It's a VHS tape, I'm assuming.
No, this is a DVD.
Oh, fancy.
Right?
Well, shoot, it's still relevant. Give it as a gift. Regift that bad boy.
Regift it. A little dust on the bottle. Don't worry about that. Don't let it fool you about what's inside.
Hey, at our Christmas party at work, if you get a video and Secret Santa, you know where it came from.
My divorced friend gave me this movie about saving a marriage. I'm not sure
Kirk Cameron.
Not sure if he's the one I should be taking the advice from.
That's pretty funny. Watch. We're going to be at our Christmas party, and someone's going to open up. There's going to be that DVD.
I got to find it now. Every time I hear Kirk Cameron's name brought up, I always want to say, picture a banana. Because it's just, I always flash back to that clip he did, that video he did that went viral from a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Him and some pastor talking about how the banana is like God's perfect fruit and all this. And just every time somebody says Kirk Cameron, I want to say, picture a banana.
Bananas.
That's what I remember from Kirk Cameron is the banana rant.
He likes bananas. Well, the show is going bananas, but we are not going to talk about bananas for the next.
You just don't see a lot of good theme songs for TV shows these days. I mean, they're musical, they're melodic, but when's the last time you heard a good "Show Me That Smile Again"? Like somebody sat probably at home and wrote a masterpiece, and that became the theme song of a TV show. It was.
I think the closest we got in modern times is Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, but even that was just a song.
And yeah, that's not exactly. That was a hit song that they used as the theme song.
Yeah,
because that song was a kind of a hit before Big Bang, wasn't it?
I believe, right?
Huh?
Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah. They did that song. It was actually a hit on the charts before.
Yeah,
Big Bang Theory.
I don't know if it charted, but
I think it did. I thought it did before.
Far be it from me to question B&L.
I think it was one of their hits before Big Bang Theory, the show, came out.
So yeah, there's just not a lot of those these days. But I mean, if you look back to our childhood, to our adolescence, every show had a banger of a theme song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a rare condition in this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page.
But they're still iconic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like A-Team didn't have a singing thing, but as soon as you heard dun dun dun, you're like, oh, it's A-Team time.
Right.
And Night Rider, dun 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 dun. You knew, you're like, oh, it's time for night. And there's a man who in his car, in his dream, or whatever the narrator says. It
was he's disguised as a man, and they must continue to think he is a man while he continues to fight the beast, raging beast within.
So now we got to wrap this conversation up. But that being said, what is your favorite TV show theme song?
That's a hard one.
Can you narrow it down to like, I wouldn't say your top one, but one from your top 5?
I would say, that's a tough one because they're really good. Step by Step was one of the better ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the more memorable ones.
Yeah.
I would say probably Step by Step, Family Matters.
Okay.
In that realm.
See, this is where we show our age. Mine is right behind me.
Oh, Dukes?
Just Them Good Old Boys.
That makes sense.
That song's iconic. It's classic. It's Waylon. I mean, come on. There's nothing.
There's a lot to work with back here. Elementary school kids, Redskins.
Only TV themed.
Right. With the old Duke boys.
Yeah, that's my one seed.
But okay, I'll give you this. The most recent show that did it, I would say, 2.5 Men.
Yeah,
men.
That was a good one. That was very good.
And that show was about
2000s.
That show was about a jingle writer, so it kind of made sense for it to have a theme song.
Yeah, to be honest, it worked the first few seasons, but then they changed up the show so much that, once Charlie left, they should have stopped that theme song.
That's true.
They kept it going.
It was a little weird seeing Ashton Kutcher swoop in and do that.
And by the way, the half man's bigger than the men.
Right? You're half man. He hit a spurt.
Yeah. So, hey, this is what we got going on this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a few. Then joining us from Kiwanis Club of Roswell, Lori Schatz and Ron Lethko will join us. And this Saturday, December 3rd, is the big concert at the Anderson Museum, tribute to Carole King with Deb DeLuca. I don't think there's many tickets left, but we'll find out. I know this is kind of an exclusive gig. So
you're saying it's too late?
I don't think it is.
I just have to Google, make sure that's a Carole King song.
And definitely want to check it out. It's at 7 p.m. At the Anderson Museum, and we'll talk more about it with
yes,
with
Lori,
I
nailed it. All right,
with Lori and Ron here in just so it is. I don't think it's too late,
baby. Now it's too late. It's like the only Carole King song I can pull out of the top of my head.
Very good. That's all, and that's all you need. That's all you need. It is 9:14. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. The wind will be kicking up to about 35 miles per hour today ahead of a cold front that's on the way from the central Rockies. We will have sunshine, though. Our afternoon high pretty mild in the upper 60s. Our cold front comes through overnight, dropping us into the mid-20s with clear skies, and then a lot cooler on Wednesday. Sunny and breezy, our afternoon high in the upper 40s, sunny and cool Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 56 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 39%. Winds currently out of the south at 6 miles per hour. We are in the midst of a wind advisory today that will remain in effect through 6 p.m. this evening. Temperature-wise, it's pretty nice. Sunny, 68 today, but the winds are going to be a bit breezy. Out of the south this morning, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Later today, they're going to shift to the west and increase 20 to 30, gusting as high as 45 miles per hour. Tonight, we're looking at mostly clear skies. Expect an overnight low of 27. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly sunny, highs near 50. So a little cooler tomorrow with all these winds today. Northeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 30. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10. And then Thursday, we're creeping back up near 60. Sunny skies, highs near 60 with south winds, 5 to 10. And then Friday, just downright pleasant. Mostly sunny, 74 for a high. Friday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 45. And then Saturday, we're looking at a 40% chance of rain showers. Mostly cloudy, highs near 60, 40% chance of rain Saturday night as well. And then Sunday, mostly cloudy, highs of 67. So little roller coaster this week. A little high, a little cold, a little rain, a little bit of everything. All right, it is 16 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a little over 2-minute break here, and then we'll have the folks from the Kiwanis Club join us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
It's the Cumbia Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, December 3rd, Roswell Convention Center. Dance and enjoy tacos, tequila, margaritas, and beer, along with the Salsa and Queso competition and Chihuahua Beauty Pageant. The music starts at 6 p.m. featuring Marcutanga, Giselle Cruz, Antonio Luis, and Proyecto Cumbion, plus Mickey Cruz at 7:30 p.m. Tickets start at $20 with VIP table for ages $280, including a VIP meet and greet with Mickey Cruz at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at holdmyticket.com. Cumbia Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, December 3rd at the Roswell Convention Center. Sponsored by Dean Baldwin Painting.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
Mark your calendars, shoppers. The Yucca Blossom Christmas Jamboree is set for December 10th and 11th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds in Artesia. Over 90 booths featuring all kinds of arts and crafts, candles, jewelry, clothing, keychains, home decor, kitchen and bath accessories, and so much more. Bring the family. There's something for everyone. Santa Claus will be there both days. There's plenty to eat and drink, too, with several food trucks on site. The Yucca Blossom Christmas Jamboree, December 10th and 11th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds, and paid by Eddy County Lodgers Tax.
Health insurance is more affordable than ever. Attend a free Be Well NM information and enrollment event to find the right health insurance for you, your family, and your budget. It's this Friday, December 2nd, 3 to 7 p.m. at the Norley Hospital Annex Building in Lovington. Are you a motivated self-starter? Someone who hates the word no? Then Pecos Valley Broadcasting wants you to join our sales team. Pecos Valley Broadcasting Company and its family of stations are currently seeking part-time sales associates for the Roswell, Artesia, and Carlsbad areas. This is your chance to earn additional income, build relationships with local businesses, and create amazing advertising and sponsorship campaigns. Sales experience is a plus, but we'll train and mentor the right person. If this is the chance you've been waiting for, email your resume to gene.dow@pvbcradio.com to set up your interview. Pecos Valley Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Kiwanis Club of Roswell, Lori Schatz and Ron Lithgow back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's y'all look relatively calm. We're days away from the event, but y'all look not frazzled per se. You look like everything's going okay right now. So I think that's a good sign.
Yeah. Well, it's starting to get there. The sea's getting a little rougher.
Yeah. Oh, she's losing the scarf, so it's starting to be big time now.
But it is what it is, right?
That's right. Yeah. It is what it is. But if you haven't heard, we would love to invite everyone out this Saturday night out to the Anderson Museum. If you love Carole King, this is going to be your favorite night of the week here. We're going to have Deb DeLuca doing a tribute to Carole King at the Anderson Museum. beautiful music on that beautiful piano in a beautiful facility. A real treat for folks here. And it's a one-night only, one-shot only deal this Saturday night. So we still have some tickets left.
Right.
They are selling. So I can't guarantee Saturday you'll get if you just roll up in there, I can't guarantee. But I can guarantee if you get one today, you will get into the show.
Right.
So, and this is yes, it's for you guys. This is just a fun night of maybe a date night, some heavy hors d'oeuvres and some music, and maybe sightseeing of all the different things at the museum. Which, if you've never been, please come early or stick around afterwards and enjoy the museum. It's as much of this experience as the tribute to Carole King is, but. All of this is fundraising for the all-inclusive park. This is the whole point of this Saturday night. Yes, we want you to come and enjoy the music and have a good time, but we really want your money so we can raise money for this all-inclusive park. That's the big thing.
That's
here.
the important thing for us as Kiwanians, is raising funds for these kids that are on the spectrum that would enjoy a place to go play that's designed specifically for them. It'll be open to all children, of course, but it's certainly a unique facility.
And then actually it goes a step beyond being just for them. It's actually the all-inclusive park. It's so they can go there and have a good time and enjoy it equally as much as a child that's not on the spectrum. That's what this park's about. It's a park for a kid. If you're a kid and you want to play, this park has got things that's going to make you inspire you and want to play and have fun. It's not going to be intimidating. It's not going to be, obviously, depending on how far and what their different issues are on the spectrum, sensitivity issues or just a slew of different things. Maybe it's a physical thing. Maybe it's more psychological, mental. But either way, this park is designed so a kid with some limited abilities or no limited abilities can have a good time at this park.
Right, and this facility is designed for them. Like kids on the spectrum don't necessarily like a big bucket of water being poured down on their head. And,
well, I'm not on the spectrum. That's not high on my thing. The list I like either.
But for kids that are on the spectrum, they prefer the water coming up.
Sure.
So
okay.
There's going to have a water feature in there.
Gotcha.
As we understand from the design we've seen, is that will bubble up from the ground, and that they can go in and
test it at their own way instead of getting shocked with here's surprise, there's that big bucket of water on your head. Yeah. That's why that's a prank in most people's households and not a ride at a park.
I like even getting splashed in the shower, so I don't know part of that.
But that's what we're doing. And this hopefully this is the first of many parks that'll be played through or installed throughout Roswell and New Mexico here, because I know not only will it be the first one in Roswell, is this one of the first in New Mexico as well? Southeast New Mexico here.
Rio Rancho is the only other one that I'm aware of.
Okay.
State, and I know in Southeast is the first one.
Good. So we're kind of creating trends and setting paths here. For
right.
This, so.
Yeah, I know there was a park when my son lived in Albuquerque for several years. I'd take my grandkids to a park called the Park Above, and in Albuquerque area, and it was a park specifically designed for children with handicap. They had a swing where a wheelchair could roll on.
Oh, nice!
And so
cool is that?
And but my kids, my grandkids, thoroughly enjoyed it as well. So it's as you say, this is a park designed for all kids.
Yeah,
but
obviously it's got for special needs and things, but that's the beauty of this park. It's not just for folks that are on the spectrum or have special needs. It don't matter if your kid's a kid, your kid can come have fun at this park, and that's what we want, all inclusive. If you're a child, and all children hopefully have the mind of a child and want to play and do things like a child. That's the cool part of being a child.
Right.
And we want a place where they can do that regardless of their limitations or lack thereof.
Right.
You have no limitations, you're going to have as much fun as someone with severe limitations. That's the whole point here.
Right.
So all we're asking you to do is come and enjoy some hors d'oeuvres, eat some fancy foods, and kind of enjoy beautiful music in this beautiful facility. That's all we're asking you to do is come have a good time, Saturday night and enjoy the music and help us get that much closer to raising the money we need to get this park, breaking ground and going from a dream to a reality.
Right.
So.
And as you say, it would be a perfect date night. You can arrive at 6:00, and the hors d'oeuvres will be laid out at that point in time. You'll get a free glass of champagne included in the ticket, and then there will also be a cash bar there. But if you come at 6, the concert probably won't start till 7:15.
Okay.
So you can wander around the museum and mingle with the folks that are there. And so I think it will be a really nice date night, and then plus the concert to conclude the evening.
Yeah.
So it would be great.
It's supposed to rain on Saturday, so what a great indoor
Exactly. You ain't rain or shine at the Anderson.
Right.
It's all indoors there.
And
Here.
I know there's a lot of things going on this weekend to choose from, but we're hoping that you will choose us in the evening. You might have your day filled up, but then in the evening you can come out to the Anderson. If you don't know Carole King and you know James Taylor, you've got a friend. I mean, I don't know who doesn't know that song. I'm sure I'd be surprised. But I started playing music at work to some of our employees, and they're like, I know that song. I know that song. I know that song. I'm like, right. I think she's more of a songwriter.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you may not know her name, but you know James Taylor, and she's done a lot of collaborating.
It's kind of like, well, it's like that, and here, let me do something real quick. Can we switch mics here? Can you give that one to her? Because I think yours is clipping or doing something ornery on me here, and we don't want to fix that. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
That thing, he was telling me that you're cutting in and out, so I was like, all right, let's flip
That's all
over
right.
to
Ron
this
can
one.
do all the talking.
I look at, to be honest, I look at Prince that same way. Yes, Prince had some hits and known for his hits, but there are so many artists that are famous and have songs because Prince wrote the songs and did all the, people like Christina Aguilera may not have a career if it wasn't for people like Prince. You know what I'm saying? And this tribute to Carole King is kind of that same way. It's like, well, without Carole King, would you have James Taylor?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's that same kind of.
Like, I Will Always Love You. I remember when that came out with The Bodyguard, and everyone's like, oh, Whitney Houston's new song. I'm like, you better check who wrote that, because it was Dolly Parton, and she's already had it at number one 3 different times.
Yeah, well, she did a pretty good version of it, too.
And then after Whitney, she did it as a duet that hit number 1. So, sometimes you have to check behind the artist that's singing it and find out who the brains were that wrote it.
Well, it always makes me laugh, like you watch those YouTube videos of younger people, and they'll be listening to like their favorite rapper. Like the one that was kind of famous was there's like a Kanye video, and he uses some of Paul McCartney's music in the thing, and the people are like, I don't know who this Paul McCartney is, but Kanye's going to blow him up, and I'm like, yeah, you might want to reverse that a little bit. Paul McCartney's a god. You can't. He's pretty much the most he's a Beatle. You don't. Come on, that's royalty
my
right
niece
there.
was young. She was like, Beatles? Who would name their band after a bug? And I was like appalled. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah. But I love when younger people just find out these artists and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, they're gonna blow them up. I'm like, yeah, do your history a little bit there. Just Google Paul McCartney, see what you come up with.
Listen to his music.
Yeah.
The doors will open at 6 for those that are coming for heavy hors d'oeuvres and the champagne. So yes, you want to come maybe a little early, 5 or 10 minutes, not any more than that, because the doors are not going to be open. That gives us time to set up the champagne and the cash bar and the food ready and the tables ready for you. And then, of course, there'll be like you said, there'll be like an hour and 15 minutes of them. They can eat, they can stroll around, they can look at the artwork.
And please get there early for that hour. Come in the 6 o'clock hour. Come get your hors d'oeuvres and everything, and get your grub on. But especially if you've never been to the museum or haven't been in a long time, you could easily fill that entire hour just walking through the gallery, seeing all the different art. Right. And what I love about that museum, it's got something for everybody. Like from what you would think is traditional art, paintings, things that, you walk into an art gallery and thing. But then they go to the eclectic, things that like recycled art or things that you look at it and it's like, whoa, what is that? And then you kind of look and it's art made from a different way or a different perspective or a sculpture that you're like, that's wild. That's
I
out
like
there.
the golf club bags hanging from the ceiling. They're kind of cool.
Yeah. So it's very eclectic. Everything from what you would say traditional, classic art.
Paintings and
to the more out there crazy stuff. They've got everything there. So, and that's what I love about it. So.
And Mike, if it's okay, I'd like to do a shout out to some of our sponsors that are helping.
Absolutely, please.
So we have Kremlin Auto, we have Camara, Pioneer Bank, Edward Jones, of course, our own Kiwanians, our representative Greg Nybert. And have I hit everyone?
I think so. Yeah.
He's also
I'm trying to do it without my glasses on, so. Of course, and then we do have individual tickets that are sold that are coming. And if you are interested in the heavy hors d'oeuvres and champagne, you can, and obviously a seat at the table, literally. Mm-hmm. You can call 575-513-8119. It is $150 per person to come. But I will tell you there are about 6 tickets maybe left that are show only. That means that you show up at 7:15, and all you're going to do is come in and see the concert. You can go visit the cash bar.
Sure.
But everything else.
But no hors d'oeuvres,
right?
Just the show. And come early and walk the museum and see the museum.
Right.
And those tickets are $45.
Good deal.
And you'll call the same number, 575-513-8119, and I'll get you set up for that.
Good deal. Yeah. But again, we're doing a fundraising event for the all-inclusive park. So we if you have the means and want to donate more, the more the merrier, because we've had lots of events and we're getting close to that goal, but we're getting to that point now.
Final push.
The final push here to get us over the goal line here. So we've been talking and planning and getting everything, and COVID certainly didn't help. That could put a monkey wrench in the plans here. But there's a lot of people, including us, we're ready to get this park ground broke and go into the part where kids are going to be enjoying it soon. Right. So come out and enjoy a beautiful concert and beautiful food and just a fun night. Coming and schmoozing, meeting friends, and walking around, seeing some great art. Get inspired. Who knows? Maybe you're going to go in there and see art and be like, I could do this and start becoming an artist.
Or maybe you want to become a Kiwanian.
Yeah, or a Kiwanian. Yeah. Might be easier, actually. Just saying. Quick knock out this artist thing or be a Kiwanian. I think a Kiwanian might be a little bit easier. Yeah. What are you going to do? I just think I'd go be an artist.
Starving artist at that.
Well, that part's not hard. The starving part, you can do that part. But the rest of it's a little bit tricky. Here,
but she sounds like Carole King. She looks like Carole King. And thank you to the newspaper, to Christina, for the article that she gave us. Awesome. It was wonderful. And we're on Facebook, and more information is on Facebook at our site, Kiwanis of Roswell, or it should be all over Facebook. So if you can't find it, keep searching. Call a Kiwanian. We'd love to have everyone come out and support the event.
Absolutely. Now, I can't make this statement as certain, but I can ask and see. Is the piano at the Anderson arguably the nicest piano in town?
Yes, because it's not just a grand piano, it's a concert grand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, I mean, granted, I'm sure maybe some household there might be a really nice one here, but as far as we know, that's probably the best, nicest, most beautiful sounding piano in this community.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm thinking Artesia's got one in there. They got a pretty nice one in there, so that one will compete. But there's not a lot of those.
But that's not a concert grand.
Yeah,
it's a grand, but it's not a concert grand.
That one's it's close, but it ain't this one. And so that's probably the closest here. So anytime you get an opportunity to hear a musician play on this instrument that knows what they're doing, that's the other. Right. Any clown can beat
and especially in this intimate space, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You're not competing with 100, 200 people in the audience.
Yeah,
there's only so many seats in our room.
You're getting a real exclusive kind of inside event here. Mm-hmm. It's really you're getting this music. You're getting the people that lived it, wrote it. You're seeing the history of it right there in front of you, and you're seeing it in a beautiful facility with this beautiful piano and this beautiful atmosphere. And I think you'll really enjoy it. I think if you're trying to impress a date, this would be a good opportunity to, And by the way, you don't have to dress to the nines here, but just get a little nice. Don't come in. You don't have to go put a tux on or a ball dress or a ball gown or nothing. But wash your face, put on, comb your hair, put something kind of,
And if, let's say, Carole King is
church
not
clothes, but I don't know if that's a rule anymore.
It is not your thing, or this isn't something you're interested in coming to, but you're interested in donating to the park, you can also do that at our P.O. Box, which is 1801 Roswell, New Mexico, 88202. And you can just drop it in the mail to us, and we would gladly gladly take that donation and work.
Is there
it
any
for
way
the park.
online to do, like through Facebook?
Yes,
or
on Facebook and on
Kiwanis
our
page? Or?
and on our Kiwanis page, we have a donate button.
Okay.
And I'm not sure that you can specifically say what you want to donate it towards.
But imagine if you leave a message and say,
yes.
"Hey, I just donated a check," and you're like, "Which one?" There's
Right.
usually not 7 sitting there, and it's like, "Hey, I want to make sure that goes
to
towards
the
the
park."
all-inclusive
Mhm.
park," and they'll be no problem. That's exactly what we'll make sure it happens.
And if you drop a check in the mail, just write it in the memo section.
Yeah, and
all-inclusive park.
That'll earmark it
So
exactly.
there's a
for
lot
this.
of different ways that you can give to the project. We're
Yeah.
just trying to bring us something a little different to the area, and for us to do something different. I don't think Kiwanis has done anything quite. I don't want to say high toned, but this high tone
It's
before.
a little fancier
so.
than pancakes. That's for sure.
Yeah. I'll leave that to Mr. Nybert.
Not as tasty. Don't get me wrong. The pancakes are pretty good, but it's not classy per se. Although Nybert makes some Mickey Mouse ones. We're starting to get into classy area when he goes with the Mickey Mouse.
We're getting pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Kids enjoyed that.
Although they're up in their game now. I've watched. I think it's like A&E or AMC or one of those channels, and they had a commercial where a guy's making pancakes, those gourmet, and he's doing it, and he's making the different characters of the shows that are on AMC. So like Breaking Bad was one of them. So they're making like Breaking Bad pancakes, and they got like designs. Of course, they're using like those things you fill ketchup with, but put in pancake batter and squeeze it and do it. So, but I don't know. It's like an art form now, making celebrity pancakes or something. I don't know.
And who would have thunk?
So we'll need to get Greg to get the next level for next time.
Kick it up.
Work
And all
on
the
his
spare
pancakes.
time.
All right, one more time. I want to remind folks, this Saturday night, December 3rd, concert starts at 7 p.m. The event really starts at 6
Yes.
with hors d'oeuvres and everything else. It's at the Anderson Museum. Come meet Deb DeLuca performing her tribute to Carole King. It is proceeds from this event all go to the all-inclusive park. The Kiwanis Club, this is their passion project. They've been working with the city and a few other entities for the last 3 years now.
And the
something
governor.
Like that. And the governor, some higher ups too.
Mhm.
And so we'd love for you to come out and enjoy a beautiful evening of the music of Carole King, some delicious heavy hors d'oeuvres, and come and impress your dates and smooze. And if you're trying to impress I'd say a man to impress a lady, I feel like it kind of leans heavier in that relationship. I mean, I might be the other way.
Politically correct, Mike. Now
It might be the other way, but I'm just saying, statistically speaking, there's going to be more of that way going on to do that. And so, fellas, this would be a great, just make sure you.
Or bring your office.
Bring your office,
you're a boss,
or
bring-
maybe your
for
civic
Christmas.
organization. Maybe you got a bunch of volunteers been doing great work and say, hey, I'd like to treat you to a night of beautiful music and hors d'oeuvres. And
Wonderful
as a thank you.
entertainment.
As a thank you for serving and being a part of it. Any of these things apply. But if you're trying to impress a spouse, a date, a lady, this would be a good event to do that too. So
Great kickoff.
And then, of course, if you'd like to become and learn more about becoming a Kiwanian, of course, you can come Saturday night. But you guys meet at Cerritos the third Tuesday. I can't forget.
First and third Tuesday.
First and third Tuesday
So
of the
December
month.
6th will be the next time we meet.
Okay.
And we have Dr. M.J. Lewis, who's going to come and speak to
He's your
us.
guest speaker.
Mhm.
Good deal.
And then we're having reindeer games on December 20th.
Okay.
And don't ask me what that means because I haven't decided yet.
Well, there's that movie, which I don't think that's the direction you're going to go
No.
with. And there's the song, which, is Rudolph and all that. So I'm thinking it's leaning that way a little bit. But yeah, they come. And matter of fact, if you come and be a member, they'll buy you lunch the first time and all that too.
Yep. Sign us.
And I don't know. I'm sure if you've spent any time in town, you've eaten at Cerritos and know that whatever it is.
And we're in the larger big room.
I'm thinking,
They have two.
I think of just 1 month, y'all should move your meeting to breakfast hours. That way you can get breakfast burritos and stuff and get some of their breakfast fare instead of just lunch. Because that's one of my favorites is my wife
It's
and I, we
breakfast.
go and get the breakfast burrito. We each order our own, and then we split hash browns. And we don't finish it all. We usually take half the burrito home and because they're like this big.
Yeah, their portions are large.
Yeah. So, but come out and meet other Kiwanians. Come learn about. Now, obviously, the Kiwanians kind of focus on children, helping children. That's kind of their main. Obviously, with the all-inclusive park, that's the big thing. But they're into schools with helping out in literature, reading, all the kind of stuff that That's kind of when they're not doing big projects like this. That's the stuff they're doing in between, kind of.
Yeah, one of our other functions is we take dictionaries to all the third grade
dictionaries.
classes.
Yeah, that's the one. I was like, the Throwers Dictionary. I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
It's a hard copy of a dictionary, and of course you can look up words online. But this gets them used to
having a book,
and searching out words in a dictionary, and then learning what they mean. So
absolutely,
it's a nice project for us, and I know some other groups do different grade levels with dictionaries, and so it gets them started in third grade. So
well, for some kids, that's maybe the first book they ever gotten.
Yeah, for a lot of them, it may be.
And it's sad but true. But
and what I think is different about Kiwanians is International says it's about changing the world one child, one community at a time. So we also add community. So we do things like when Main Street has with a garden club, and I'm not sure who else is involved with the flowers downtown. We come out and volunteer the time to get those down to make that look, our community look great for our guests and our tourism.
The planters downtown,
right?
And they even go to other places like Historical Society and work on the gardens and stuff there. There's a few places
and
around
there's
town they go
that
to.
take what you need, leave what you can places in town that our Circle K kids out at the college. I've been very involved in making packets and take it out there, and we did that a few times as well and worked with them together. So I always say that's kind of the difference between there's a lot of civic groups, but this was the one that actually mentioned community as well as you start with the kids.
It's part of the mission statement from day one.
Right.
So, that reminds me, the Circle K kids. Obviously, that's another side. That's for the youth that are part of Kiwanis.
College.
And go to, is that high school or college?
That's college, and then the Key Club is for the high school.
High school kid. Yeah. So let me ask: does parents have to be associated Kiwanians to be part of Key Club or the Circle K?
No,
they can do that through their own. So if you have a high school kid, reach out to your school, whichever school you attend, and say, "Hey, I'd like to learn more about the Key Club," and maybe that's your foot in the door and getting involved in some of the great work that Kiwanians do. And as a kid, you're thinking this might, hopefully you graduate onto the Circle K and then a full-on Kiwanian member and hopefully here, but wherever you end up. And what I like about it is you're great and you're getting that. So if you wanted to, and I would imagine because of high school and college and your service requirements, community service, those kind of, being a member of Key Club or Circle K probably hits all those notes right there. Key Club,
right, for your college,
but
high school,
it's all the right notes for that kind of thing. So if you have a child that's interested in getting involved in doing stuff, or maybe you're a parent. Of course, if you're a parent that's a Kiwanian, you probably have already reached out to your kids and said, "Hey,
along your kid to
how's
some
your
events,
Key Club
right?
going?" and get in that and all that. But if you have a child and you yourself are not a Kiwanian and thinking that might be a good avenue, have them talk to their guidance counselors at their high school. And ask about getting in touch with the Key Club at the school there.
The Key Club or the Circle K out at the
if you're at the college there.
Yep.
If you're a little older there too. So and you can pick it up either time. Like if you didn't do Key Club in high school, you can still join the Circle K and vice versa if you do high school. But I'm going to be a doctor. I don't have time to do 27 things right now.
Right.
And maybe I can be a Key Club or be a Circle K kid later when I have less work or something. But either way, it's there for you.
Yep.
Good deal. Is there anything else we want to mention? I know we kind of covered a lot of ground there, but
we're going to do a golf ball drop in the spring.
Yeah, we'll be doing
the next one. So we'll be back out talking about that
for April. And I think last year we sold each one of those chances at $10 a pop, and so that'll be another fundraiser. That'll probably go to fund some different activities in the club that we're involved
hopefully
in.
by that time,
and hopefully
we got the money for this park already, and we're working on to the next thing.
Right. And it's either open or getting prepared to be open at that point in time.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
We get the point where we're cutting ribbons and actually have kids
groundbreaking would be good,
playing in the park. So doing all the things we envisioned here several years ago, but that's the goal. So please, and if you're not familiar with the golf ball drops, those are really cool. They usually you purchase a golf ball for like $10 here. And they put some difference. Some have a little bit different rules, but the general gist is they have like a target on the ground with a spot, like an X marks the spot kind of thing, and they'll get something like a hook and ladder truck or something like that, and drop the balls, all the golf balls that were bought from a finite distance, whatever it is, 200 yards or feet or whatever it is, and then the ball that lands closest to the X wins the pot.
Right.
In essence. And that's how it works.
And then there's prizes going out.
Sure, yeah.
4 or 5 other
you can win some other cool
positions.
prizes and things, but that's the gist of it. You pay $10 and maybe you got a chance of winning some cash or some cool prizes, and all that money raised goes to hopefully a new project here in the spring.
Right. Yep, for
Good deal. That's the concept of it. We'll talk more about it as we get closer.
We'll be back.
So good deal. Well, thank you guys. And of course,
Mike.
don't forget this Saturday. Come out, get your tickets today. I would hate for you to wait till that night and then get there and there's no tickets available. So go ahead and pre-order them. Best way to do that is call Lori Direct. I don't think I've said that yet. Maybe I should do that a couple times. Call Lori Direct to get tickets. 575-513-8119. 575-513-8119. If you don't remember that, call me and I will get that to you. 575-513-8119. And I think the number's on all the Kiwanian pages and stuff too. So you can look it on Facebook there and find it. That's where I got it. But, and that way. But call her, get your tickets. Do it today rather than wait until Friday or Saturday here, especially. Right. But if you space out and show up Saturday, is there a way to get you a ticket? Depending if there's availability left.
Yeah.
If there's availability, if we're not sold out, we can get you a ticket.
And you're there, we will somehow get you in.
But there's no guarantee.
We got some empty seats at some tables.
I'm hoping we have to turn you away because the idea is for it to sell out. That's what we want.
Would be
so,
nice.
But so that way, just do everybody a favor. Call Lori here in a little bit. Not right now; she's on the air. But give her a few minutes. You get settled, and
then give me a little while to give you a call back. I've had to explain to some people that have called. Well, I called you a day ago, and I understand that. But I also have a full-time job, so I'm trying to do my job.
You got to pay your bills,
sell tickets, and kind of help coordinate. So I will get to you. I will not forget you.
Yeah.
I will call and let you know if there's tickets available and what you want and in whatever category you'd like to come.
I know it's a weird concept, but bosses expect their employees to do work.
I know.
Go figure.
So disappointing sometimes.
And they get mad when you not do other people's work on their time sometimes, Yeah.
They're getting so picky these days.
Jeez. Classless. I'm kidding, of course. But excellent. Well, thank you guys. We'll let you get back to work here, and of course, get your tickets. Come on out, enjoy a beautiful night here of music, and even if it's not your thing, know that you're helping get us closer to get this park happening, and do all. If you're like, I don't know Carole King songs, come out anyway,
or Google her. You probably do.
You probably realize you expose yourself to something new, and who knows? You may turn out you like it. You might like this stuff. Get a little. It's not all has to be pizza and wings and hanging out. You can have fun and kind of upscale a little bit too. It's nice to get dressed up and a little fancy and do things that feels a little sophisticated from time to time.
Time to time.
Reminds us we aren't complete savages. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you again next time. Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate it.
All right, it is 9:47. We're going to pause for news and Hannity, quick commercial break as well. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Roswell Museum, in partnership with the Pecos Valley Potters Guild, are inviting everyone to step into a world of creative wonder this holiday season at the second annual Holiday Artisan Market, held at the Roswell Museum. The opportunity to shop for distinctive, one-of-a-kind gifts will run from December 3rd to 31st, with an opening night party this Friday from 5 to 9. Sale proceeds are split between the artist and the RMAC Foundation, which helps sustain the regional arts community as well as museum projects and programs. About 80 graduates are expected to participate in Eastern New Mexico University Roswell's 78th commencement convocation on Thursday, December 8th, in the ENMU Roswell Performing Arts Center. 2 ceremonies will be held. The 5:30 p.m. ceremony will recognize graduation candidates in the Arts and Sciences education programs and the Heating, Ventilation, Air Conditioning Technology program, in addition to bachelor's and master's degree candidates from ENMU in Portales. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Either you're going to continue to allow the Democrats to have this advantage because they're exploiting every loophole that they themselves want, or you're going to start playing on the same field that they're playing on, which means that you're going to have to adapt. Which means that you're going to have to accept this is not the system you want. It is not ever going to be the system you want if you continue to lose elections. And you've got to match whatever strategies they're using and start using them yourself, as long, obviously, as it's legal. And that means that for Republicans that are reluctant and resistant to mail-in ballots or early voting, you're going to have to get over it. Because if you don't get over it, you're giving a massive advantage to the Democrats.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
This Cyber Monday, treat yourself to a gift that you will use and love every day with brand new custom window treatments from Blinds.com. Save up to 50% off everything during their Cyber Monday sale. Now, Blinds.com, they make it simple and easy to customize beautiful blinds and drapes and shutters. Now, they even have my favorite motorized shades. And shop at Blinds.com for their Cyber Monday sale now through November the 30th. And save up to 50% off site-wide plus big door busters. Up to 50% off everything at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. The wind will be kicking up to about 35 miles per hour today ahead of a cold front that's on the way from the Central Rockies. We will have sunshine, though. Our afternoon high pretty mild in the upper 60s. Our cold front comes through overnight, dropping us into the mid-20s with clear skies, and then a lot cooler on Wednesday. Sunny and breezy, our afternoon high in the upper 40s, sunny and cool Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Greg Clugston. U.S. consumer confidence fell for the second straight month in November amid ongoing high inflation, rising interest rates, and layoffs in the tech sector. That's according to the Conference Board Business Research Group. The head of the International Monetary Fund says it's not time yet for the Federal Reserve to ease off on its rapid interest rate increases. Kristalina Georgieva told the AP high inflation numbers in the U.S. and Europe mean that it's too early to step back. She said the Fed has no option but to stay the course. President Biden has asked Congress to intervene and block a railroad strike before next week's deadline in the stalled contract talks. The president says a strike could be crippling to the economy, and he wants lawmakers to impose the terms of a tentative deal that was approved in September. 4 of the 12 rail unions have rejected it. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Greg Clugston.
This is the owner of Trustmark Roofing, and nothing makes us happier than telling our customers no. As in, no pricing games. We give you a guaranteed price, and then we stand by it. No surprises, no gotchas. No obscurity. We don't just tell you what's wrong with your roof. We record our inspections and show you. No lemons. We install premium roofing materials from top brands like Owens Corning. No shortcuts. We're in the 2% of roofers with the Owens Corning Preferred Contractor Certificate for our local area. This means we offer precision installation and the longest warranties. Want a beautiful new roof that's built to last? Choose Trustmark Roofing, the roofer that loves to tell our customers no. For an estimate, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:54. Got a few minutes here before we wrap up today's show. Of course, if you missed any part of today's show, I invite you to go back and check it out at your leisure. In the 7 o'clock hour, we had Joe Fortner, former head coach of the New Mexico Military Institute Bronco football team. Now he's like an assistant AD, and his wife running the show for the volleyball side of things for Bronco volleyball. But he joined us talking all about Wool Bowl this Friday, happening December 2nd, 6 p.m. at the Wool Bowl, hence the Wool Bowl. It's the tradition of the Wool Bowl is back again at the Wool Bowl. The number 9 seed NMMI Broncos will take on the number 11 seed Lackawanna Falcons. They're from Scranton, Pennsylvania area, which and we were talking with Coach Fortner, and he mentioned, he goes, LeVar Arrington? Being a fan of the Washington Redskins, I'm very familiar with LeVar Arrington. He was an amazing linebacker for our team. Anyway, he's a Penn State alum, and his son is playing, I think, linebacker or safety or some kind of hybrid thereof for Lackawanna. So I was like, oh, cool. So now I'm wondering, do you think Dad's going to come to see his son play? Do you think LeVar Arrington, NFL linebacker, is going to be in the Wool Bowl on Friday watching this game? I'm thinking that's a big maybe. I'm thinking that might be get me nosing around, see if I can find LeVar Arrington running around here. And no, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to stalk him. But how cool would that be if you go out to the game and run into him? But anyway, it's December 6th, 6 p.m. Everything kind of getting underway at 5. Get out there early. They'll have a bunch of food trucks out there at beginning of 5. They're going to do a flyover. So actually, want to get out there about 4:30, because they're going to do the flyover at 5. The food trucks will start at 4, and then kickoff will be at 6. So get out there about 4 to start your tailgating and having fun, enjoy some food, and then be there for the flyover at 5, and then kickoff will be at 6 at the Wool Bowl here. So we go back and listen to that interview if you missed any part. Last hour we had Mark Bleth and Maria Bleth with Hacienda Amor, and Amy McVeigh-Teas with the Historical Society discussing December 15th, the big event there, the drive-through, and then swing on by Hacienda Amor just a couple doors down and check out that facility, enjoy free cocoa and coffee and all that. And then in just a few minutes ago, we had the Kiwanis folks join us here talking about big concert Saturday night at the Anderson Museum. Deb DeLuca doing a tribute to Carole King. Tickets are still available for that. Reach out to Lori to call that number, 575-513-8119. Again, call Lori at 575-513-8119 to get tickets for that event. So, yeah, we had a full slate here for today, and lots of events and things coming up. Don't forget also that the Chavez County Joy Center's having their annual Christmas breakfast next Saturday, December 10th, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. This is their big shopping and breakfast event they do every year, fundraising event for the Joy Center, so they can keep doing all the great things they do for members of our community. The breakfast will go from 8 to 10, and the menu includes pancakes, sausage, milk, tea, or coffee, breakfast with Santa Claus, and they'll have vendors as well. Tickets are $10, and again, this is a fundraising event for the Chavez County Joy Center. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the Joy Center at 575-623-4866. Again, that's 575-623-4866. And make sure you bring a little extra cash to do some holiday shopping if you want to buy decor. And usually they have a lot of vendors that, you've got decor gifts, things like, I think they also do like your Scentsy and some of those products and things like that too. So they'll have all of that available at the breakfast as well. Saturday, December 10th at the Joy Center, which, if you're not familiar, is located at 1822 North Montana here in town. So definitely, and it's good food. They treat you pretty good with breakfast and all that good stuff. Pretty good stuff. And then, of course, don't forget football. The actual Wool Bowl, as I was mentioning earlier, we'll have coverage of that game for you Friday night right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and streaming video, ksvptv.com. Tickets are only $5. I oversold it. It's only $5 to go to see the Wool Bowl. You can get tickets at the door. You can get tickets online right now. If you go to, let me get the sheet here. It's, I think it's Wool Bowl. Hold on. It's like woolbowl.net or .org or, hold on. Let me find the paper. There it is. Woolbowl.net. That's the number you go to. Woolbowl.net's the web address. And you can also look it up on Facebook as well there, too. But definitely go to the game if you can. But if you're out of town or things like that, you can catch it on ksvptv.com. And then Saturday, We're going to have the Red-Green All-Star Game, high school All-Star Game. That's taking place in Artesia at the Bulldog Bowl Saturday afternoon. We will have that game for you, live streaming video, ksvptv.com, and audio on our sister station, 990 AM, and its translator, 93.7 FM KSVP. So we got you covered for sports this weekend, too. All right, that's going to do it for us. Have an amazing day. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of it. We'll talk to you bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Till then, take care, everybody.
Your home for Kim Commando in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEN.